Now, this is case number 570 on the calendar, the matter of Reeves versus Helms.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Reeves, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you while you were a guest in her home.
That's correct.
Ms. Helms' defense is that she was justified in her conduct because you were an invited guest in her home. She found you messing around with her husband. She is counterclaiming, claiming emotional distress that you caused her. She subsequently divorced, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she had criminal charges pending
Yes, ma'am.
against her. So she's counterclaiming for her stress and aggravation.
Yes.
When were you invited to her home?
On November the 18th of 2006.
Had you ever met her before?
No.
Who invited you to the house?
Her brother-in-law.
And were you having some sort of a gathering there?
They always watch the game at the house, football game.
All right. What time did you arrive at the house?
It was dark. It was approximately 6.
Had you been drinking?
No, ma'am. I drove an hour from home to get there.
Was there drinking at the party?
Yes.
Was everybody pretty well sauced by the time you got there?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's what I
She got there
gather.
at halftime. She was sauced when she got there.
Shh. I'll get to you. I gather from reading the paper that everybody was pretty well sauced at the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Not everybody.
Well, how many people were at the house?
Probably up to 15.
And of the 15 people that were there, name the people that weren't sauced.
Everyone that was under 21.
Right. Okay, so what happened when you got there?
I got there. Everyone was wasted. The baby needed diapers. She had a bunch of grandbabies there.
How many grandchildren were at your house?
5.
Okay, go ahead.
They were too drunk to drive. So I took her daughter to the store to buy Pampers for the baby.
That's a lie.
When
I don't want you to answer her.
We got back. We had juice.
Which daughter?
The 22-year-old, the 21-year-old, the youngest
Was that you?
one.
You raised your hand, right?
That was me.
She took you to the store to get Pampers?
She didn't take me to the store to get Pampers. She took me to the store to get orange juice so I could fix her some salty dolls.
Fine, right. So she took you to the store.
She took me to the grocery store.
Good.
I got back and we watched the rest of the football game. People started passing out. They just started dropping like flies.
Could you move on, madam? I have other cases to do today.
Everybody left at 11 o'clock.
Miss Helms, you have to behave yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
No one left. Everyone was there. I was the only one that was awake. I got up. I went to the restroom. The only working restroom in their house is in the master bedroom. I walked through there. Her husband had 2 or 3 grandbabies in the bed with him. I used the restroom. I came out, and I woke him up.
How did you wake him up? Just by going into the restroom? Miss
Just-
Helms, if you speak out again while it's not your turn, the case will be over and you will have lost. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, because I had flushed the toilet, and the light was still on. And it woke him up, and he asked me where everyone was at. And I said, well, they're in the living room. I said, they're on pallets and whatnot. Well, I walked outside their house. I left my cigarettes outside in their pool room. When I went outside to smoke a cigarette. Well, her husband followed me outside, and they have like a wood-burning stove. And he asked me if I was cold. And I said, no. And he said, well, let me put some wood in it anyway. I was like, fine then. I was sitting on the pool table. Well, she comes in, she's like, are you trying to F my husband? And then all of a sudden, I got blindsided with a piece of firewood that broke my nose. Okay. I have pictures.
I'd like to see them, please.
And then she assaulted him that night also. It resulted from 16 stitches in my face.
I see.
She hit me between 7 and 10 times in the face.
Who called the police?
I couldn't find she knocked me out of my shoes that I was wearing. And so I went barefooted running. My keys were in her house. I grabbed my keys. I was bleeding. She ran in after me.
But you just answered my question. I said to you, listen to me.
I know.
What was my question?
How did I leave?
No. Try again.
I ran in her house to get my
I
keys.
said my question was, who called the police?
I did.
That's the answer. Where were you when you called the police?
I had to run in her house, grab my keys. She wouldn't let me go.
Listen to me. I asked you a simple question.
I was at a car wash.
So from the house, you went to a car wash and called the police?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a police report?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it. Who is this?
That's my husband.
How long have you been married?
Almost 8 years.
Was he with you at the party on the 18th?
No, ma'am. He had a prior engagement.
What was his prior engagement?
His boss had invited him to his house
For?
for the football game, and he accepted
Just
it.
the guys, without wives?
Well, I could have went too, but
But what?
I made a bad mistake, and I went the other place.
I note that the police officer, Ms. Helms, who took this report, noted that everyone had been drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. Had you been drinking?
I had one drink.
My question was,
Yes,
had you
ma'am.
been drinking?
Yes.
That's what the police officer said.
They never came to the house. There was a statement after she gave it at the hospital.
Then he must be like Karnak. You can tell things without actually seeing them. But you had been drinking. Now, did you assault Miss Reeves?
Yes.
Did you assault Miss Reeves with firewood?
Yes.
At the time you hit Miss Reeves with the firewood, was she attempting to assault you?
No, she was pulling her pants up.
So you were not in any physical danger when you assaulted her, which would have
No,
been...
I just lost it when I seen them pulling their pants up out in the garage.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't know why he came in there. He may have.
Oh, well, you don't know why. I know why he came in.
That's not my problem. That's her problem.
And later today,
So there's a couple of good stories that you made up that you just told me. You better tell me the truth. If you don't, I'm going to embarrass you. Pregnant, not pregnant, I don't care. Do you understand?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Stephanie Reeves claims party host Betty Helms hit her across the face with firewood. Betty claims Stephanie was with her husband. She is countersuing for emotional distress.
So, Ms. Helms, there is no excuse for assaulting someone.
I just lost
because
it.
they're fooling around with you. There's no such defense as losing it. And I can understand you, if what you say is true, that they were fooling around in the pool room.
And in the
She and your
bedroom.
husband, wherever they were fooling around.
With the grandbaby
I don't care.
in
I don't
there.
care. I don't even like the picture that it's fomenting in my mind of it. If it's true, what'd you hit her for?
Because she stood in my face and told me that my husband was coming on to her first. And I
a
just
second.
lost it.
Just a second. You lost it with just her?
No, and I lost it with him. I mean,
Oh, well, that, although that's not an excuse, I can almost understand that. From a legal perspective, that's not an excuse. But at least you have a contract with your husband. How long were you married?
11 years.
Married to this guy 11 years, shared a house with him, and he disrespects you in your home with a perfect
Why was she
stranger.
there with another man?
With a perfect stranger.
And she's supposed to be married.
Listen to me. She doesn't have a contract with you. He does.
What she did with him.
That's his problem. That's not your
That's right.
problem. That's his problem. Now, do you think that I believe, madam, that the husband got up out of bed where he was lying with his grandbabies, passed out, to follow you into the pool room so he could make you warm with firewood?
She woke
I
him
don't
up.
know why.
I'm speaking! Do you think that I believe that?
I don't know why he came in there. He may have.
Oh,
came in.
well, you don't know why. I know why.
Well, that's not like you said. That's not my problem.
I know why he came in.
That's not my problem. That's her problem.
Listen to me. It was her problem and her husband's problem, but if you think that I believe your story, I don't. Now, that doesn't mean that she's allowed to assault you.
Exactly.
You could have been going at it with the Energizer Bunny.
May
And
I-
it wouldn't have made any difference to me as a jurist whether or
Right.
not she has the right to assault
May
you.
I show
She
you-
doesn't have the right to assault you.
Exactly. May I add something to that?
Sure.
She said we were pulling up our pants. This is the actual outfit that I had on that
Where's the
night.
vest?
I don't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
These are the pants I had on.
So?
If my pants were off, then how did they get covered in blood? from my face.
Listen to me, madam. If you think that I believe that her husband got up out of bed where he was comfortably passed out with his grandchildren, it's another lovely picture that I'm seeing, and followed you into the pool room to make sure you were warm so that he could put wood on the fire, I don't believe it. Maybe your husband believes it. Maybe you even made it up so that you believe it yourself. But the truth of the matter is, that's a lot of baloney. Everyone had had a little bit too much to drink in that house, and you're partially responsible for that.
I didn't
because
invite
if you don't have to invite her. People are not supposed to drink to the extent where they get so drunk that they pass out on a bed with grandchildren. That's not supposed to happen. That's not civilized behavior.
True.
I don't care where you're from. Now, what were your medical bills?
$4,139.83.
Let me see. What kind of work do you do?
Right now, I don't do
And
anything.
what kind of work does he do?
He's a truck driver.
Does he have health insurance as a truck driver?
Yes, ma'am.
So did the health insurance cover some of these bills?
Covers part of it.
Well, how much was not covered?
It's all in there, what was not covered.
Listen to me. I want to see the statement that they send you after the insurance pays whatever portion they're going to pay, and you say that that's in there. Show me.
Well, the $3,000 one, I hadn't paid yet.
Well, your insurance should have paid it.
That's the part they wouldn't pay.
Well, show me where the insurance company says they're not going to pay that.
See here, they
You'd had a
did
lot to drink that night, according to the emergency room nurse.
I had 4 beers that night, Your Honor.
Yeah, right. Bert, is there a synopsis of what the insurance company paid or not?
According to this page here.
No, madam, you have to submit this bill to your insurance carrier because the current hospital charges were $3,083, and it says the amount paid by insurance, $0. Well, the insurance will pay this as long as you send them the bill. Maybe it's just pending. You understand? I'm smarter than you are.
Well, it's an accident.
Ms. Rees, you're suing the defendant for $5,000. I am disinclined to award you $5,000. I believe that you behaved very badly that day, and I believe that while the defense that Ms. Helms is trying to use in a civil proceeding of she just lost it, there's really no defense whatsoever. In a criminal proceeding, not extreme emotional distress, she just was so angry she couldn't control herself. And the fact that she was absolutely taken aback by what she saw on that evening. I do, however, think that she has to be responsible for her actions. She has to be responsible to the extent that any unreimbursed medical bills she has to be responsible for. So if your total medical bills are about $4,000, I am going to suggest that probably 20% of that will not be covered by your insurance. That would be $800. And I'm going to round that out for good measure to $1,000. That's what you're entitled to. And the next time you're a guest in somebody's house, you're supposed to behave yourself. That's all. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Her husband's about 60 years old.
I thought it was closed out the door and put the refrigerator in front of the door so he couldn't come back in.
I'm 27 years old.
She probably done me a good favor.
Why would she fool with somebody else when she's got this?
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Raskowski versus Nees. Step forward, please.
Edward Ruskowski is suing 23-year-old Jody Nees for backing into his BMW in a video store parking lot.
Mr. Ruskowski, your car was parked in a parking lot.
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, the defendant hit your car while it was in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Top of everything else, Ms. Nees does not have insurance, or did not have insurance on the day this incident happened with her car. You want her to be responsible for all the damage. Ms. Nees says it's not her fault that she hit your car because her daughter was choking. That's your defense. What is your defense to not having insurance?
I mailed my payment in 2 days late, so when they received it, they already sent me a letter in the mail saying it was canceled, and I did not get that mail until I got home about an hour before I went to
Why
the
did you
video
mail
store.
your insurance payment in late?
Because I ended up being out of town, and when the bill came in, it was already too late. And usually I'm always on time with my bills.
But this time.
Sure. There's no excuse for not having your insurance. They always send you your bills well in advance. Where were you out of town?
I was visiting my grandma.
You know something? I believe only a third of what you've said so far. I believe that you hit his car. I believe that you had no insurance. I believe nothing else that you said to me. And I'm a really good judge of that. So there's a couple of good stories that you made up that you just told me. So we're going to come back to the other questions that I'm going to ask you, and you better tell me the truth. If you don't, I'm going to embarrass you. Pregnant, not pregnant, I don't care. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Good. Okay. Because I believe when somebody does something wrong, they're supposed to accept responsibility for what they do. Now, how did you hit his car?
I was pulling out of the parking space with my
Pulling out
daughter.
of a parking space, what store had you been in?
The video store.
What was the name of the video that you got from the video store?
Bambi.
That's the third thing I don't believe. Now, so you're pulling out of the video store after you got a copy of something that I only believe maybe 10% might have been Bambi. And what happened?
I put my daughter in the car. We were about to leave. We start pulling out of the parking lot. She starts choking. So my first reaction is I turn around, check on her. My foot slipped off the brake, and I ran into his car.
So whose fault is that?
Mine.
Good! That's the first good thing you said. So you're responsible for the damage to his car.
Yes.
And you have no insurance. So if you're responsible for the damage to his car and you have no insurance, you have to pay for the damage to his car. Now, can I see the pictures of the car, please?
Pictures right here, Judge.
And can I see the estimates? Who are you?
I am her husband, Kevin.
Stand up. You're the one that didn't send the insurance in? You were visiting her grandma, too? Hey, where do you work?
I'm a manager of a Pizza Hut.
Where?
In Hammond.
How many Pizza Huts are there in Hammond, Indiana?
One.
One. If I were to call the only Pizza Hut in Hammond, Indiana, would they tell me you were working on or about August 6th, or that you were away?
Yes, but no.
Yes, but...
At that time, Judge, I was working at a different Pizza Hut in Griffith, Indiana.
If I were to call the Pizza Hut where you were working in August of 2006, would they tell me you were there?
They would tell you I was not there, Judge.
Where were you?
I was at her grandmother's house.
For how long?
For approximately 4 days, Judge.
4 days. Hardly enough time for insurance to be canceled. Right, Mr. Nees?
I'm not an insurance agent. I have no idea.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 21.
I'm slightly older. They don't cancel insurance in 4 days. Have anything else you want to say to me?
The only thing that I would like to say is we know we're responsible for the damages to his car.
So why didn't you pay him?
But I don't think it's $1,700 damage to his car.
Listen, sir, take a look at the photographs, and I'm telling you, no body work on a car is cheap. That's a lot of body work on that car. And you're 21 years old, and I'm only slightly older than you are. So I am here to tell you, Mr. Nees, that that's at least $1,739 worth of damage to his car. It's a bargain.
Yeah, Judge.
Is there anything that I said that you don't agree with, sir?
Well, no, you're right.
Then just
Absolutely.
be quiet. All right, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,739. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I agree. It was my fault.
Oh, it's great. You know, I got paid.
I am willing to.
Now it's case number 28 on the calendar in the matter of Rich versus Wegener. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Miss Rich, you and the defendant have 2 children together, and it is
Yes,
your
ma'am.
claim that while you were living in California, utilities and daycare expenses and stuff were in your name. Financially, things were not going well. You had to borrow money from a friend to get your car back, which was being repossessed. And when you separated, you claimed that Mr. Wegener promised to pay half of all of these bills, including the car loan, including half of daycare expenses where there was an outstanding balance, and he has not paid.
Right.
And Mr. Wegener says that you stopped working sometime well before you moved back to Massachusetts. He was the only person working in the household. He was staying home, either taking care of 1 child or 2 children, I don't know.
It was 1 child.
One
I was
child.
pregnant at the time.
And you were pregnant, and he was the only one working. And if you mismanaged the money and didn't pay those bills, that's not his problem or his fault. Mr. Wegener says he pays $600 a month in child support for his 2 children, and that's the extent of his obligation.
Your Honor, there is no court-ordered child support right now.
He didn't say there was a court order. He said he pays
And
child
it's not-
support in the amount of
it's
$600
It's
a
not
month.
every month either.
Well, you should have a child support order.
I'm working on that right now, ma'am.
So he's paying you child support without an order.
Child support on and off, yes, ma'am. But that has nothing to do with our utilities. We were together for 3 years. We share 2 children together. I have an 8-week-old and a 20-month-old. And our 20-month-old was in daycare at the time when we both were working. A total of $2,360 in daycare expenses have been incurred. He agreed to pay that back. He even agreed to the daycare provider that he would. And now I owe it, and she's taken me to court for it. But it was for our daughter. And as far as the car loan goes, when my car got repossessed, we were both still working. And we lived 30 minutes away from our jobs. And if we didn't have a car, we would both get fired because we couldn't get to work. And that's when our mutual friend, had stepped in to lend us $1,500.
Who asked for the loan?
Both of us did.
Well, tell me how that came about.
We have a mutual friend that when we asked her, we don't know what we're going to do, we're going to get repossessed, she's like, well, I can lend you the money, but you have to pay me back. I do have a promissory note to her and a receipt for the $1,500.
Who signed the promissory note?
Promissory, just her. She just stated in the receipt.
It's not a promissory note. That's a receipt for receiving the money. Who's paid her back?
No one has paid her back, and she has stated in here that no one has paid her back. I can prove that he was on the car with me and that we haven't paid her back. It's not fair that she hasn't gotten her money back, and she's getting upset, and she wants to take me to small claims for it. It was our car. It was both of our car. We used it. And actually, after I lost my job, he used it primarily.
Where is the car now?
It's gone. When we moved out to California, it was dead. The car had troubles. And
how long ago are we talking about?
We moved out to California in August of 2005. That's when we left the car.
So you left the car in Massachusetts?
Yes.
What else, Miss Rich?
Well, we incurred bills together while we were living together. And when we broke up, we were fighting all the time. We were arguing all the time. It was not a good situation for the kids. I was 7 months pregnant, and it just wasn't a good situation altogether. I had left because all we did was fight. And when I left, he agreed. He promised me that he would pay back half all the expenses.
Did you do that, Mr. Wagoner?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Well, tell me what you did say with regard to any of these outstanding bills, some of which she has, some of which she doesn't have. She certainly doesn't have an outstanding bill for a car loan that was for a mutual friend in Massachusetts because there's been no action on that. And certainly that would not be for you to pay to her. It would be for you to pay to this person if you, in fact, took a loan from this person. Tell me about, let's say, the daycare.
Well, basically, Your Honor, the daycare, most of the time that we incurred the daycare, she was not working. She was at home and basically had the children in daycare.
That's
so
not
that
true.
Don't speak now.
So that basically they would be able to either spend time with friends or just so that she could kind of have some time to herself.
Which sometimes is a very good thing, Mr. Wagoner.
And so that they could hang out with kids and whatnot. And basically, as far as...
So you agree to that?
Yes, I do agree to that, yes.
You agree to that? Well, how was the daycare paid?
Basically, the daycare was not paid. I have not given any money towards it. Primarily right now, I am just giving her the $600 on a monthly basis. It has not been every once in a while. It has been on a monthly basis, $300 every 2 weeks, and basically have stated to her that I don't think I should have to pay the half of the daycare, that the child support should, a little bit of it should go to pay this person back.
Well, let me ask you this question, Mr. Wegener. Instead of giving her $600 a month or $300, why don't you give her $500 and pay $100 towards the daycare expense, as long as there's no court order, sir?
Well, basically the main reason I'm paying the $600 is the fact that she has stated that if I don't pay the child support that we did verbally agree to, that she would basically not allow me to see the children, which I don't see already because they're 3,000 miles away. And she had stated that if I did not pay the full $600, that she would go to the child support department and ask them to seek the full amount allowed by the law, which could be more than $600.
Well, then that might be a problem for you, Mr. Wegener. That's what you should do. You know, there are federal child support guidelines in this country because the federal government in each state says that children are entitled to be supported to the extent that each parent is able to support them. You have 2 children, so if what you're saying to me, for instance, Mr. Wegener, is that you give her $600 now, if she were to take you to court, it's very likely based upon that child support formula, let's say you'd be paying $800 a month.
Okay.
Right? And you don't want to pay the $800 a month, so you have this agreement for $600 a month. I'm telling Miss Rich, go to court, get the full amount of child support that your children are entitled to, and pay the daycare.
I'm in the process of doing that. I'm working
well,
with the
that's good. So I'm not dealing with the daycare.
Because
when you go to
if I don't pay this back, I'm going to be the one that goes to jail for this because she's the one who's going to be suing me.
Let me explain something to you. You're not going to jail for anything, Miss Rich.
She is suing me in small claims. I can't afford this. The child
I'm speaking.
Kimberly Rich says ex-boyfriend Carl Wegener owes for daycare fees, a loan, and unpaid bills. Carl says Kimberly has a problem managing her money.
When you are not married, and you are not married to Mr. Wegener, when you take him to court for the support of 2 out-of-wedlock children, they are entitled to a certain amount of support. They are also entitled to retroactive support for certain expenses, including birthing expenses, if he did not contribute to those. The court, when they render an order for child support, will render an order that will encompass all of his obligations. And I am not now prepared to say to you that I am going to either increase or decrease those obligations. If you're in the process of getting a child support order, Mr. Wagner says that in all probability it is going to exceed the $600 that he's paying you now. And what I'm suggesting to you is that you take the difference and make a payment schedule with the daycare and pay him off.
I am on payment schedules
Good.
with everybody.
No, you're not on a payment schedule, Miss Rich, with the person who you took $1,500 from.
No, I am not, because I'm court-ordered to pay other bills right now that were incurred while we were together. He agreed to pay back those bills. I can't feed my children. I can't put diapers on them. The little support that he does send me has to go towards everything that is incurred now. Not incurred last when we were together, but incurred now. They have to eat. They have to have diapers. They have to have all this stuff. That shouldn't even count towards the old stuff.
Well, I just said to you, I am not dealing with the daycare center, because that will be addressed by a family court judge. I am not addressing the loan to this mutual friend that you took out, because that has not been reduced to a judgment. As far as I know, she can sue him for that money. If you had paid the money to this person and then sue him for half, then you have a cause of action. But right now,
listen, to everybody. I have proof saying I've been making payments.
What's the name of the person, Miss Rich, that you borrowed $1,500 from?
Heather Eustitis.
Show me that you made payments to her.
I just have her statements and everything.
You have a statement there from her that says that you've paid her back?
I have a statement in here saying that we promised to pay her back.
That's not what I said, Miss Rich.
It doesn't say exactly how much I paid her back. No, it doesn't give exact amounts of how much I paid her back, no.
Well, then show me how much you paid her back. You must have receipts. You must have canceled checks.
I don't have the receipts with me, no. I just have the receipt that she gave me.
Do you have any receipts that she gave you for money that you paid back to her?
No, I don't.
Because you didn't pay her any money back. Because if you had paid her money back, then you would have had a receipt.
The daycare, I have something saying that I paid.
Listen to me. I told you. You have to go to family court with regard to payments for the daycare, because that will be encompassed in a family court order of support that they will make against Mr. Wegener. I've explained that to you, not once, 3 times.
I understand that.
3 times. Do you get any state aid for any of your children?
Yes, I get SSI. I get SSI for me, and I do get food stamps for them right now because I can't afford to live at this point.
What's the basis of your SSI?
I've had it since I was 18. It just says that I had depression and I wasn't able to work due to my depression in and out of programs when I was 18.
So how much do you get in SSI?
This month I'm only getting $300. Normally I get $635 a month to live on.
And in food stamps, how much do you get?
Food stamps, I get $200 a month to live on.
Any other assistance?
For my oldest daughter, she gets $400, but that's her money. So yeah, so for her.
From what?
For AFDC.
So you get welfare?
Yes.
We're going to get there, Miss Rich. That's why we're not going through the family court, because if you went through the family court, what would happen is, Miss Rich, so that we all understand it, and I'm just as smart as you are, if you went to the family court and they made an order for him to pay $800 a month, let us say, for his children, they would take your daughter off AFDC.
No, because it's not his daughter. So whatever he pays for child support...
Just a second, where's the father of that other child?
He's court-ordered to pay AFDC.
I know all about AFDC. So you get $600 a month from him. You get $635 a month from SSI. You get $200 a month in food stamps, and you get $400 a month in welfare. So you get $1,835 a month.
When he pays me the child support.
Just a second. You get, well, then take him to court.
I am in the process of taking him to court.
So you get I'm speaking. You get $1,835 a month, tax-free income so far. What do you earn, Mr. Wegener?
Monthly, about the same, about between $1,600 and $1,800 a month, but that's actually for working 40 hours a week.
Just a second. $1,600 and $1,800 a month?
Yes.
Okay. And out of that $1,600 or $1,800 a month, you send her 6?
Yes.
According to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Leaving you with between $1,000 a month?
And $1,200.
And $1,200 a month?
That's correct.
For yourself?
Yes. Which I also have debts of my own that I pay as well, and gas, because I live about an hour away.
I'm sure. So your financial arrangement is going to be resolved in a family court situation where each of you are going to present your bills. Each of you are going to present your outstanding loans and obligations. Family court judge, after they review your tax returns, the extent of the assistance that you're getting from various parts of the government, going to make a determination as to how much Mr. Wegener should be paying you in child support. And that child support will include any money that he perhaps might owe for outstanding child care expenses while his child or children were in daycare. I'm not interested in that, and I'm not interested in the $1,500 loan that you made to Heather Eusitis. Heather Eusitis can sue you or can sue Mr. Wegener. And I suggest that if she is a friend of yours, that she will probably sue Mr. Wegener. Now, what other utilities are you being billed for from the time that you lived together? Just utilities.
I'm going to tell you what the utilities are, ma'am. The utilities is oil. I'm ordered to pay oil for when we lived together. That was the court ordered that from that. I have phone bill.
Just show me the bills.
Yep. That's the oil. That's the cable. That's the phone. And that's the cell phone and the check that from the grocery store.
Whose cell phone?
It was ours together. Well, it was in my name, but like we were together and we were using it.
Just a second. How many cell phones were there?
One.
Let me see it, Bert. This lady is not going to be happy. Verizon New England. What is that for?
That's the regular home phone.
For where?
For where we lived in Barry. That's from when we lived together in our apartment.
What was the address?
207. Our P.O. box was 135.
Did you live with her at this address, sir?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you know there was an outstanding bill of $381.75?
No, Your Honor, I did not. I was under the impression that most of the bills got paid.
That's not true.
Your payment is due in this office February 6, 2006. Show me proof that you paid it.
Proof that I paid it?
Show me proof that you paid it. A bill, a money order, a canceled check.
It came out of my debit account. I might have it on my bank statement.
Good. Because all it has here is your handwriting, paid in full. That's your handwriting.
That was the original bill. I have my credit report saying how much the original bill was for.
Listen to me very carefully, Miss Rich. You wrote here, paid in full. Let me see how you paid this $381.
I did it with a debit card. I have paid them in full with a debit card.
Show me from your bank account.
I don't think I have it in here. I don't have my bank statement with that one on it. I don't, but I did.
You have something else here that says, I don't know what CBE Group is?
That's DirecTV when we lived in South Barry again.
Again, you have paid in full.
Right, they take it out of my accounts every month.
Paid in full, $421.06.
That was one of the bills I just paid off.
But you need proof that you paid this off.
See, they automatically took it out of my bank account, but it's still bills we incurred together.
Who's R.J. McDonald?
That's the oil company that we had in our apartment together.
Okay, there is a judgment entered against you for $418.36.
I'm on a payment plan with them right now.
Okay. Is that a bill that you had together?
Yes, it was at the house we both lived at together, yes.
It is reasonable, therefore, that since you were kept warm with the oil that this provided, that you should pay half of it?
Well, to some extent, yes.
And to the other extent?
Basically, the fact that it was cranked up to 90 in the middle of winter at the expense of this oil. After me asking her several times, we need to keep this down because we can't afford $500.
Listen to me,
to fill just
Mr.
a tank.
Wegener, if you didn't think she was a good mate, you shouldn't have moved to California with her and made another baby with her. But you don't come here and complain that she kept the house too hot a year and a half later. We understand each other, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. I'm also going to tell you this, Mr. Wegener. You will be going to family court, and the family courts usually do not look kindly on people that circumvent, do sidestepping around the law so that people can collect money for AFDC, from Social Security, from food stamps and everything else, so they're not paying the full measure of their child support. What very well could happen to you is, despite the fact that you are sending, according to you, $600 a month, $300 every 2 weeks, is that the courts are going to say, that doesn't count because you are responsible for part of this AFDC bill that we're sending into the House, and you are responsible for part of this food stamp that we're sending into the House. As a matter of fact, we're going to make you responsible for all the rest of it that the father of her first child isn't paying for. And they're not going to give you any credit at all. So I would suggest that you start saving your pennies and you formalize a payment situation with the family court so that you will know exactly what you're going to be getting from him every month, that it will come out of his salary if he doesn't pay it, that you can start regulating the payment of your bills, counting on some of it for him, that you probably, considering that he will be giving you more money, hopefully will be not receiving food stamps anymore. I don't know about AFDC for your family. I have no idea. Right now you receive almost $2,000 a month without working. That's a pretty good trick.
He's making it sound like it's $2,000 a month.
It's not him. You. I added up the figures you gave me.
The figures from SSI and AFPC doesn't add up to $2,000. They add up to like $1,000.
You gave me the figures.
Yes.
I added them up. Your SSI, your child's AFDC, your food stamps.
Right.
The $600 he sends you is $1,835
That's
a
when
month.
he sends those payments, though. I also got
then
these
go to
bills in
court.
both of
Then
our
go to
names.
court. But you know, you risk when you go to court, and you're well aware of this, certain state-subsidized benefits if you take him to court and have formalized an arrangement for child support that he's going to pay. You understand that, and I understand that. So stop crying, take him to court, and get the money that you're supposed to get for your children from him. And if that means that you have to give up certain other benefits, so be it.
I don't care about those benefits.
Good. Goodbye.
Your Honor.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $209. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all.
He loves his children.
Miss. Young, this is case number 520 on the calendar in the matter of Fennell versus Young.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, huh?
Ms. Fennell, you and Mr. Young had a relationship and you have 2 children.
Yes, Your Honor.
According to your complaint, the 2 of you separated sometime in 2004.
Yes, Your Honor.
At that time, there were 2 vehicles in your household.
Yes, ma'am.
You kept one, and according to you, continued to make the payments on it, made
Yes,
all the
ma'am.
payments on it, and Mr. Young kept one. It is your claim that Mr. Young took your vehicle without your permission 2 years later.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the vehicle was some personal property of yours.
Yes.
You managed to get the vehicle back with the help of the authorities. The property was missing. You want the value of the property or the property. Mr. Young says that when you separated in 2004, he allowed you to borrow his truck because you needed a vehicle. He expected you to return it to him at some point when you were able to afford to get your own vehicle. You didn't do that, but instead, according to Mr. Young, sometime in 2005, you left your home, or the jurisdiction where you were living, without notifying him in advance, and took the children and the truck to a different state. He was able to locate you, he retrieved his truck, and he is counterclaiming because he says that when you took the truck back, you did so against his wishes, that the truck actually belongs to him and he wants it back.
Correct.
Okay. When in 2004 did you separate, Miss Fennell?
January, Your Honor.
And it was an amicable separation?
No, ma'am.
Did you leave him or did he leave you?
I left him, Your Honor.
And where were you living at the time? In what state?
Missouri.
And you maintained a home together with the defendant in Missouri?
Yes, Your Honor.
For how long?
2 years, approximately.
How old were you?
3 years.
We actually purchased a house back in 2001.
Just a second. You purchased a house together in 2001?
No, ma'am.
I purchased a house in my name solely, and in 2001.
And you lived there with him?
Yes, ma'am.
So you lived there with him for 3 years?
Yes.
Now, you left him, and when you left him, you took one of the trucks. Now, in whose name was the truck that you took?
Both of ours.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you left him a truck when you left?
No, I loaned her the truck, okay?
You
I
had what?
I had the car.
You had the car. What kind of car did you have?
It was a 95 Ford Aspire.
Now, when you left in 2004, you remained in Missouri until when?
February of 2005, Your Honor.
And where did you go in February of 2005?
Kansas.
Who lives in Kansas?
My fiance.
Between January of 2004 and February of 2005, Mr. Young, did you see your children?
Yes, I did. I seen them all the way up until April.
April of?
2004. Or
2005.
2005.
Shh. Well, if she moved in February of 2005, where did you see them in April? In Kansas?
Actually, she met me 3 times, I do believe, with my kids when I'd get off work. And I'd actually pick them up and take them to my place after that.
So you did see them in April of 2005 after she moved to Kansas?
Actually, yes, I did.
Just answer the question.
Yes, I did.
I'm trying to get a timeline from you, sir. I read your answer. I'm trying to figure out what happened. So, when she moved, you continued to see the children?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
So you knew she was moving? Answer. Don't think about what you wrote.
No.
Don't think about how it's going to look. Just answer, Mr. Young, the questions, because if you give me a dishonest answer, I guarantee you, it's going to be a very sorry afternoon for you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand that.
So, if you saw the children up until April of 2005, then you knew she was moving.
Actually, I did not.
I don't want you to speak until I ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Perfect. Go ahead.
I actually did not know that she moved because, like I said, she would meet me right around the surroundings of where I worked.
You mean between January of 2004 when she left, when you separated, and April of 2000, listen to my question,
Okay.
don't get the wheels moving. Between January of 2004 when she left and April of 2005, the routine was you would meet at some central location and exchange the children.
Correct.
So you didn't know that she moved to Kansas because she brought the children to the same location all the time?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Don't say yes unless it's true.
Yes.
When did you find out that she moved to Kansas?
In the end of April.
How did you find out?
I would call her cell phone to get my kids, and she answered one day and said that I wasn't going to see the kids no more.
Really?
Really.
Why did you say that, Miss Fennell?
I didn't, Your Honor.
What did you say? If he was seeing the children from January of 2004 until April of 2005, and I believe him, something happened in April of 2005.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you tell me what it was?
He was seeing the children sporadically, once every 2 or 3 months, and I actually called him in
Your Honor.
April.
No, don't speak now.
And, at Easter, before Easter, and asked him if he would like to see the children. At that time, he told me no. My fiance and I went and bought the children Easter baskets, and when Mr. Young called me the day before Easter and told me that, yes, he did want to have the kids, and I said, okay, that's fine. And he did. And then, as usual, I called him the next weekend, and the next weekend, and the next weekend, and asked him if he would be using his visitation, and he would tell me, no, he was working, and he didn't
Don't
have
put your hand
time.
up.
Then in June, on Father's Day, I called Mr. Young once again and asked him if he would like to have his children on Father's Day. And he made the comment to me, well, it's Father's Day, isn't that my day off? And I said, look.
So are you telling me between April, Easter, when he had the children for the day,
Yes, ma'am.
and Father's Day,
No contact, Your Honor.
he did not call
No, ma'am.
the children?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Young,
Yes.
did you call your children between April, Easter, when you had the children? Because I believe her that she gave you the children on Easter and Father's Day. Did you contact your children?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Tell me how.
I tried to contact her through a cell phone.
What do you mean you tried?
I would call her, and she either wouldn't answer my call, and eventually she'd shut her phone off completely.
I'm talking about between April and June.
No, I never did get to see my kids in that time because she was holding them from me.
Did you go to court, sir, between April and June, like May 1st, for visitation?
We actually had a court order on visitations of the kids March 1st of 04 until March 1st of 05. It was just a one-year visitation deal.
I never heard of a one-year visitation deal.
It only lasted 1 year because it was the result of an abuse stalking order that I had against Mr. Young.
I see. So there was an order of visitation that was made part of a protective order.
Yes, ma'am.
But there was no formal order of visitation other than that which was contained
That's
in the
correct.
protective order, which expired in March.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So I'm coming back to you, Mr. Young. When you didn't see your children in May, and according to you, you couldn't reach their mother, did you go to court to seek visitation with your children?
No, I could not
Why not?
because I couldn't afford an attorney.
You don't need an attorney to go to court, Mr. Young. You go to your local family court and you tell the clerk, I want to file an order of visitation for my children. Question is, did you go to court? The
No.
answer is no.
No.
If the father is interested in seeing their children regularly, they go to court. That's what they do.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Put your hand down, Miss Fiancée. You have nothing to say.
I'm his wife, Your Honor.
Put your hand down, Miss Wife. You have nothing to say.
Tricia Fennell claims the father of her children, Chad Young, refuses to sign over a Dodge Ram truck. Chad is countersuing for the return of the truck.
Is this your fiancée wife?
Yes, it is.
What is it?
It's my wife.
Your wife? When were you married?
July 29th of this year.
Did you buy her an engagement ring?
What's that?
Did you buy her an engagement ring?
Yes, I did.
How much you spent for it?
Like $300?
Have you been to court since, sir,
No.
to file for visitation with your children?
No.
Well, before I'd buy an engagement ring, Mr. Young, if you need the advice of a lawyer, I would spend $300 an hour for a lawyer and get some advice to file for visitation for my children. Mr.
See,
Young.
I have
Mr. Young, that's what I would do.
Everybody I've talked to has told me that I had to hire an attorney to have anything else done.
Who told you that? The butcher?
Child support?
No, let me ask you. The butcher?
No.
Courts cannot, sir, require you to have an attorney in order to see your children. It might be easier for you, but it would certainly be worth an hour of a lawyer's time
Oh, I totally agree with you.
Good. So I would have saved the $300 on an engagement ring and gone to see a lawyer if I didn't see my children. So my sympathy for you was getting to be this much, where it was this much when I read your answer. You understand me?
Yes.
When I read your answer, it appeared as if she removed the children. You didn't see the children after that, but that's not true. You did see the children. She moved in February. You saw the children in February and March and April. She continued to bring them to a location so that you could see them, take them for visitation, until your life got a little busy. How much child support have you paid for your children in the last 2 years? Is not an answer.
I have not paid in the last year for some
In the
reason.
last
I don't know.
year?
Usually it comes out of my check, and they quit taking it out of my check.
Well, just a second. What? Shut up! What'd you think the children were eating from the last year?
What do you mean?
I don't know. So my sympathy for you is that much. Now, at some point, sir, you took this truck back that was in joint names.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because she posted a deal on the internet saying that had a chance to forge my signature on the title.
You didn't need the truck. You'd been without it for well over a year. It was in joint names. You had a car, she had a truck. You'd lived together for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the big deal?
Because I've paid almost everything on that truck.
Well, show me. Show me that you've paid almost everything on the truck. Let me see. And at the same time, Ms. Fennell, I'd like you to show me that you paid whatever you paid on the truck.
Your Honor, this is a statement from the bank saying that the loan was in solely my name. These are the payments that I made. This is my payoff date there at the bottom. This is saying that I paid the taxes on the vehicle.
I don't care taxes. Don't tell me taxes. Not interested in taxes.
I have a receipt from the bank here for my final payment.
Well, just a second. How did you pay them?
I went to the bank and asked them if I could get that proof, and they said because it had been so long that they could do that, but they would have to charge me $30 per hour for their manpower in it. And this is also the payment book, Your Honor, that I have to take to the bank and get initialed every payment that was made.
Just a second. Take this back, because I have absolutely no interest in this piece of whatever it is, because it's not evidence. It's nonsense.
You got anything?
The only thing that I have is I ain't got no proof of how the truck got paid.
You don't have any proof.
No, all I got is...
Look at me. You don't have any proof.
I mean, besides my pay, how much I was making back then.
I don't care what you were making back then.
Because I asked the bank the same thing also, and that's what they told me.
Okay. Mr. Young, now I have a document that indicates that these payments were made starting in January of 04 through February of 05. Now, I would like you to show me proof that you made payments, sir.
Like I said, I couldn't get the documents from my bank because they couldn't go back that far. Because I tried getting a printout of like my whole checking account back then, and they don't have that on.
This looks as if after she took the truck, she made the payments.
Right. That was.
Listen to me. After she took the truck, she made the payments. Put your hand down, Miss Fiancée. You have nothing to say.
I'm his wife, Your Honor.
Put your hand down, Miss Wife. You have nothing to say.
I also have evidence that Mr. Young signed his name off of the title of my truck and a notarized gift affidavit from Mr. Young that he did at the bank, Your Honor.
Let me see the notarized. I just want to see the notarized document from him.
Your Honor, that's...
This was made while...
That is a false document.
So you're accusing the notary here of a felony. Is that right, Mr. Young?
Yes, I am.
Just listen to me.
Yes, I am.
Just a minute. I just want to make sure, because I want to tell you something. By saying that, Mr. Young, if what you're saying is not true, and you are accusing in front of 10 million people, put down your papers! And you are accusing the notary public who put her commission seal on this document of committing a felony, I want to tell you that you are exposing yourself to substantial liability. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And understanding that is what you're telling me, that the person who subscribed their seal to this document, which purportedly took your signature on a gift affidavit, committed perjury. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Young?
I've got the actual...
That would be a big
Yes, I've
mistake.
actually been talking to an attorney from...
Just a second. You've actually been talking to an attorney about what, sir? No.
About this forgery.
You've actually...
Yes.
Just a second. Where did you get an attorney to talk to about the forgery? On a 10-year-old truck, you've been talking to a lawyer about the forgery?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Did you have to pay the lawyer?
No.
No. When you happen to have been there talking to the lawyer about your truck and the forgery, did you happen to ask the lawyer about visitation with your children?
Yes, I sure did.
Really? I
Yes,
finally
I did.
got there. Now, the reason you went to see the lawyer, and by the way, when did you go to see the lawyer?
It was about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. And when was the last time you saw your children?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So let's see what happened. You bought your wife an engagement ring, and she looks like she's well cared for. And you didn't get to see a lawyer until 3 weeks ago, Mr. Young.
No, I've actually spoke to many lawyers when she did leave.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's a revelation, sir. You didn't tell me that before. Tell me when you spoke to a lawyer the first time about visitation.
The first time that she told me that she didn't want the kids in my life no more.
And when was that?
It was right after April in 2005. And
That's so interesting, Mr. Young. You told me that people told you that you needed a lawyer to go to court. Why didn't you go to court?
Because nobody told me any different. They always said that, or they all told me that I needed to go hire an attorney because there had been a paternity action done.
Okay, I got the drift of who everybody is. I got it. All comes together. Now, what items do you allege were in the truck when he took the truck? Because he went and took the truck and you ultimately got it
He's
back.
actually returned all of my items with the exception of one child's Game Boy.
One child's Game Boy? So what do you want? What do you want?
Actually, those were put in the paperwork before I maintained possession of the truck and my property again. So that's...
Okay, so you're withdrawing your claim?
Yes, ma'am.
You're
For the
withdrawing your
possessions.
claim?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So now all we have is a counterclaim.
Right.
All we have is a counterclaim. What do you want, sir?
I want her to sign her name off the title.
That's not going to happen because she paid for it. So she's not signing her name off the title. So you and your wife are just going to have to get along with your car.
Did she pay $16,000 for that truck?
I want to tell you something. You came here for judgment, and my judgment is that the affidavit of gift that she has signed and notarized is an affidavit that I'm prepared to accept, and that you made a gift to her of this truck, and that subsequent to your separation, she made the payments on it, and she brought the children to visit you with the children in your truck, and but for the fact that maybe you're being prodded by Miss Wife over here, we wouldn't be here today on your counterclaim. You get me? Do you get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Your counterclaim is dismissed. I would suggest that if you want to see your children, you pursue that with an attorney as viciously as you pursued getting back this 10-year-old truck. Anybody can be a father, sir, because it's very easy to make a baby. Put your hand down. What do you want him to do, sign that?
I would like him to sign the title.
Absolutely. Bird, he's going to sign that document. Tell him where to put his X.
And, ma'am, I also have charges. Sorry.
Once you sign that, Mr. Young, I will be finished with you.
Your signature of seller, right there.
Now, as far as the Game Boy is concerned, or any of the nonsense that was in your truck?
No, ma'am. There are other things. We had to have the ignition replaced because we didn't have a key. There's damage to the truck when I got it back.
Get over it.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. You have your truck.
Yes, ma'am.
You have your responsibilities. You live up to your responsibilities, and you'll get a little more sympathy from a court. That's all.
5:17 on the calendar in the matter of Shubin versus Greaves. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
All right, along with Mrs. Shubin and Mrs. Greaves, I'd like their two daughters up here, please. Tell me your first name.
Camellia.
And yours?
Chelsea.
According to what I've read, Chelsea was spending the night at your house. Is that right?
That's correct.
And it is your claim that sometime within that 24-hour period, without your knowledge, consent, or permission, Chelsea drove your car, causing some serious mechanical problems, and you want her mother to pay for half of the damage to your car.
That's correct.
Mrs. Greaves says that she would pay for some of the damage initially. Then the bill came in, and it was a substantial amount of money, and she thinks that your daughter is primarily responsible for what happened with the car, so she's balking at the bill.
That's correct.
Okay. So, Camellia, what date was this when you used your mother's car?
It was, oh my gosh, I think it was October 26th or something. Or not October 26th, December.
Well, October to December. We're not even in the same month.
I know it's the same night of our winter formal, I know that.
Winter formal?
Yes.
When was the winter formal? In what month? Think.
December.
There you go. I knew by the process of deduction we would get somewhere. Ms. Shubin, what was the date in December?
The winter formal was January 11th. That was a Saturday.
Had both of you girls gone to the winter formal?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now tell me what happened with your mother's car.
Well, it was that morning.
Well, tell me what happened. Did you go to sleep?
We went to sleep. We woke up. We were getting ready for the winter formal. We went to the car to get my glitter.
Where was the glitter?
In the passenger seat.
What was the glitter going to be used for?
Our hair.
Why did both of you have to go out to get the glitter?
Because I didn't know where I left it. She was looking on the driver's side. I was looking on the passenger side.
And the car was unlocked?
No, I went inside and I asked my mom if I can get the keys to open the door to get the glitter.
Where was your mother when you asked her that question?
She was laying asleep in bed.
And what did she answer you?
She said, well, just go get the glitter inside the car.
And she gave you permission to get the keys?
Yes.
Took the keys and you went outside with Chelsea?
Yes.
And you had the keys in your hand?
Yes.
You opened up the driver's side or the passenger side?
Passenger.
Okay, and?
And then I opened the door for her. I gave her the keys to open the door.
And according to what you told me a moment ago, the glitter was on the passenger seat.
Well, it wasn't on the seat. It was under the seat.
It was under the seat?
Yeah.
What was it doing under? Bert, are you enjoying this as much as I am?
Oh, yes.
I knew you would.
Wonderful tale.
There's nothing like honing your cross-examination skills. You opened up the passenger door.
Yes.
Why are you opening up the driver door?
So she can look on that side.
Yes.
Yes. And her elbow accidentally hit the emergency brake.
Now, where is her body positioned? She's at the driver's side, right?
Yes.
And she's looking under the seat?
Yes. But she was on top of the seat looking under.
No, darling. Listen to me, sweetheart.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense. That may be the story you told your mother. But I want you to see this, okay? Bird, I want you to pull that chair out for me, would you? Just pull it out just a tad. Now, that's the driver's seat in the car.
Yes.
According to you, Chelsea is looking for the glitter under the seat because it's not over the seat. And according to you, she's looking under the driver's seat while sitting in the driver's seat. Is that right?
She was laying on it. She was like...
Show me. Sit down in the driver's seat.
She was like this and then looking under like that.
No. Show me. Show me. She's leaning in the car.
And then she's going like that. She was looking under.
Oh, you can't see anything from where your head is, darling.
She was going like that. That's how she was looking.
And then what happened?
And then she accidentally hit the emergency brake.
Show me how you do that. Show me how you do that.
She just hit it.
No. Show me how you do that. I want to see. She's looking all the way down, right?
Yeah.
Looking all... Get down further. You can't see anything from where you're looking. You can't see anything from where you're looking. You see, what you have to do is if you're looking underneath the seat of the car, you have to look from the outside of the car in order to see all the way underneath. See, now I want you to step out. Step out of the driver's side. Now, stop right there. Turn around. Now, get down and look under the seat. That's right. Now that, a girl. Then you can get down. You can't get down if your feet are on top of the car seat. So that's the story you told your mother. It's a story I don't buy. But let's continue on with your fairy tale. Her hand accidentally hit the emergency brake and the car did what?
Started rolling back.
And what happened when it rolled back?
She pushed the brake in.
With her hand?
No, with her foot.
How did she... Oh, that's good. Okay, so show me now. Now I want you to lean over and show me how she's looking underneath. Okay, show me she's underneath. Okay, now just a second. Let's do this slowly because you're watching her, right?
Yes.
You're watching her carefully.
Yes.
Then down. You're looking. Now, hand accidentally hit the emergency brake, which is
and
where?
Then it went like that.
Like there. Now, show me. With what foot did she put?
Down and went like that. And
oh, she immediately turned around and sat down.
Yeah.
Oh, now I understand. Now it all becomes clear. Now, somehow, from the time that her foot miraculously got a hold of the emergency brake, in order to stop the car from rolling backwards, you got into the passenger seat of the car, and she takes the key, which she's holding, and puts the key in the ignition and turns it on.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know what happened first. Did you get into the passenger side first?
Yes.
And after you got into the passenger side, what happened with the key?
What happened with the key?
Yeah, she's holding the key. She is just... Oh, I'll get to you in a minute. Okay. So, get to you in a minute.
Okay.
Now that you see what can happen to you, we're going to get to you in a second.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Now, she's holding the key in her hand.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
She's holding the key in the hand and she turned on the car.
First, she has to put it in the ignition.
Yeah.
Well, what did she say when she put it in the ignition?
She said that she was going to pull it up.
Pull it up where?
Because she said she knew how to drive a stick. I don't know how to drive a stick, so I couldn't pull it up.
Keep going.
And then she pulled back and then went up the street. And while she was going up the street, she was grinding the gears. And smoke was going out the back.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Shh. You weren't there. All right, Chelsea.
Okay.
Version 2.
Okay. We went into her mom's car, and what happened...
Just a second.
Okay.
Let's talk about this glitter. Is that why you went into the car?
We went in there to look...
Look at my eyes.
We went in there to look for the glitter and to talk. Because her mom was asleep, and we didn't want to awake her mom.
Just a minute. How big is her house? Or does she have a one-room apartment?
No, she has a house.
How many rooms are in the house?
I think 3. There are 3 bedrooms.
Oh, well, so there are 3. There are 3 bedrooms?
Yes.
And I assume that her mother only sleeps in one of those rooms?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Then can you explain to me why you had to go into the car to talk?
Well, we were also looking for the glitter. We were sitting down and we were looking, and my arm, my elbow, hit the emergency brake. We rolled back, we rolled down. She ran in to get the keys in the car, and she's like, "Can you drive a stick?" I said, "Yes." And she
Hold
said,
on a second. So here we have a little different story. Here you did not have the keys to the car
No, the
before you
car
got
was
out
open.
there. The car was open.
Yes.
So then she goes inside and gets the keys and comes back outside.
Yes.
And what do you do next?
She's like, "Can you drive a stick?" And I said, "Yes." And she's like, "Why don't you go into the cul-de-sac and drive back up?"
Why is that?
Because it was at a better angle than just driving it back up the driveway, because we didn't want her mom to know, because we were afraid her mom was going to be upset. So we went to the cul-de-sac, and she's like, "Well, why don't you just go up the street?" We went up the street 2 times and pulled back in.
What did you say to her when she said, "Well, why don't we just go up the street"?
I said, "Okay."
Why?
Because I thought it would be fun just to go joyriding.
Car making a lot of noise when you had it out?
No, it didn't grind at all.
Okay. Now, at some point, you got up.
That's correct.
What time did you get up?
It was about 10:30.
When did you go out to your car?
I ended up going outside probably about 11:30.
11:30, you got into your car?
That's about the time that I got into the car and pulled out of the driveway.
Okay. Where were you going?
I had to go pick my nephew up from school.
And where is that?
That's about 2 miles from my house.
So you drove 2 miles there and 2 miles back, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So when you got home and you sensed that something wasn't right with your car, what did you do?
I immediately confronted Camellia and Chelsea.
And what did they tell you?
They proceeded to deny to me that they knew anything was wrong with the car. And then Chelsea told me that her elbow hit the emergency brake, and
They gave you this baloney story about the elbow hitting emergency brake.
and they miraculously pushed the car back up into the driveway.
Okay, but that wasn't true because they actually drove the car.
I found out later that evening that
Fine.
they did.
Did you have the car fixed?
Yes, I did.
And how much did it cost you to have it fixed?
A total of $1,877.50. And I have the invoices here.
Can I see it, please?
Yes.
You don't think that she should pay that whole amount, I assume?
That is correct. We initially agreed to split the costs when I spoke to Sandra. But
And
then
that was for the clutch. And I was willing to pay for 2/3 of the clutch because of Chelsea's participation in their joyride. But
You're not responsible for 2/3 of the clutch. Listen, I don't even think that you're responsible for half, but I do think that you're responsible for a portion of this bill. I'm going to tell you why you're responsible for more. Because her daughter was an invited guest at your house. And what you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to be vigilant about, is when you have teenagers in your house, you are supposed to make sure that they can't get their hands on your car keys. That's your responsibility. According to your daughter, you gave her permission to have control of your car. That's according to your daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. Can I also raise a point?
Sure.
I was up till about 3 o'clock in the morning when she had stayed the night also, because I try to be a good role model parent to keep an eye on teenagers, because I don't know what they have in mind.
You're absolutely right. You never can tell.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
My other brother, who I was in business with, who my mother talked me into going into business with this brother.
How old are you?
Old enough to know better.
So don't blame anybody else for your mistakes. I want to hear about the $3,000.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Delinda Shubin claims her car was damaged by her daughter's friend, 14-year-old Chelsea Greaves. Chelsea says Delinda's daughter, 15-year-old Camellia, is also to blame.
Okay. All I'm telling you is it was your responsibility to be vigilant and to make sure that these two girls couldn't get their hands on your car keys, because if something had happened to her daughter, you would have been responsible. Now, that doesn't let you off the hook totally, because you knew you were doing the wrong thing, right?
Yes.
And I have to attempt to earmark responsibility, because certainly the one who's going to suffer is your mother. Not her fault, right? You didn't have any money. How old are you?
14.
So you didn't have any money. The one who's going to suffer is your mother. Now, she had no responsibility whatsoever. She assumes that if her daughter was staying over at somebody else's house, the other adult responsible is going to make certain that their kids can't get into trouble or can't get hurt. But unfortunately, you are partially responsible. And I think you're a third responsible. I think you're a third responsible, and I think you're a third responsible, and I think you're a third responsible. Because I don't think that your mother should be half responsible when the plaintiff was in a position to say to her daughter, you can't have my car keys. You want to go looking for glitter? I'll go look for the glitter with you. I'm not giving you the keys to the car. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600, which is 1/3 of the damage. That's all.
Oh, these are excused. You may step out.
They didn't feel they were responsible at all.
I just don't think that she caused the problem.
Actually, I never asked her to take it around the block. I was wrong, and I really wish I could take it back because I wouldn't do it. And no, I'm never going joyriding ever again.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Jacobson versus Cole. Step forward, please.
Aaron Jacobson is suing his sister, flight attendant Kelly Cole, for an unpaid loan to pay her bills. Kelly says she assumed the money was a gift.
Mr. Jacobson, you claim a loan to the defendant, who's your sister, the
Yes.
amount of $3,000. Your sister acknowledges that you gave her $3,000, but your sister says it wasn't a loan, it was a gift. When did you make this loan?
In April.
Tell me about it.
My partner had passed away in March, and I hadn't really seen my sister since 2000. And when he passed away, she showed up at the wake. Then after that, there has been a couple of times that I had talked to her sporadically on the phone, and she had told me that, you know, her roommate had gave her some bad checks and that she was in need of some cash. So I asked her how much would be the minimum that she would need to pay her car payments, the child care for her daughter, and her utility bills. And she said $3,000. So I told her that I could probably swing that.
And when you handed her the money, what kind of conversation did you have?
Well, I told her that I could loan her the money and I needed it to be repaid, but I told her I would loan it to her at a 0% interest, you know, because she was in need.
Why didn't you speak to your sister for the 2-year period between 2000 and 2000?
My sister and my brother were in business together, and he had gotten hurt. So then when he was in the hospital, my sister sort of just swung in, and she wanted to take over the business. And in that time, they were behind on all their bills, so then my mom got involved into it. Then she started running the business with my brother, and then my sister was out of it. So there was a big family dispute over the whole entire mess.
Did you ask your sister back for this money?
Yes.
When?
Every month.
What did she say?
She would show me a stack of bills, and she says, I don't have any to give to you. And in August, she just blew up and was like yelling and using foul language. And then she told me that I should have told you months ago that I was not ever going to pay you.
All right, Ms. Cole, let's hear your version of these events.
Where would you like me to start?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Now, I would like you to start on the 29th of April when your brother handed you $3,000.
April.
Yes.
Okay, let's start at April. Okay, he gave me the $3,000. I had driven out there. I had not spoken to either one of them for over a year, not because my brother was hurt. My other brother, who I was in business with, who my mother talked me into going into business with this brother.
How old are you?
old enough to know better.
So don't blame anybody else for your mistakes. I want to hear about the $3,000.
Okay, the $3,000.
Your brother gave you $3,000 because you said you were behind in your bills. Why didn't you pay him back?
Because I assumed that it was a gift, because I didn't find out until 2 weeks later from my Aunt Carol, who had gone to a picnic with them. She came back to me, she goes, Kelly, do you know that gift that your brother gave you was a loan?
Listen to me, I'm not interested in what somebody said to you outside of this courtroom.
Yes.
I want to know why, in your mind, you think that this brother, who you weren't in business with, would give you $3,000.
Because he and my mother went into the company after my brother was stabbed and took the company, went into bank accounts, took money, back-charged my account, which put me $27,000 in debt, and turned around and deposited into their new DBA account. They took over the business. Both of them.
Miss Cole, I think that you have a persecution complex. So far, you have two brothers and a mother. You're not talking to your mother, this brother, or your other brother, because everybody is trying to scam you. Is
Not
that right?
everybody's trying. They've always done it.
Is there any particular reason for that?
Because I was very close to my grandmother.
You are a very sick girl. You owe your brother $3,000. Pay it. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Versus Kennedy.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
How old are you?
13.
Is your mother?
Yes.
And your father?
Yes.
You can wait outside. Mrs. Kennedy, this is your former husband, and it is your claim that he owes you some money for some bills that came up after your divorce papers had been filed and therefore were not resolved in the judgment of divorce.
That is correct.
That's pretty much your claim. Your husband says that these bills that you're asking for are petty, that he took care of the home and the children for 4 months after you left with absolutely no support from you, and the least you could do is pay for the electric.
That's correct.
When did the two of you separate?
We separated in August of 2005.
And I gather from what Mr. Kennedy says that you left the home.
I didn't leave the home until the sale of the home, which was in April of 2006.
In August 2005, were you living together?
Yes.
In September of 2005, were you living together?
Correct.
Mr. Kennedy, you said your wife left. When did she leave?
April 2006.
When she left in April of 2006, where were the children?
With me.
For how long?
Until July, I believe it was 19th of 2006.
And where were you?
I had moved to a different residence approximately 4 blocks away with my 2 oldest children from a previous relationship.
And you were there with 4 children?
3.
3. How old were they?
Now they're 13, 9, and 7.
And who do they live with now?
They live with Carrie now.
Is that by agreement?
Yes.
And you pay child support?
I do.
How much?
Roughly $600 a month.
Is that correct?
That is correct. However, Your Honor, he wasn't paying child support until ordered by a judge and until his wages were garnished. For almost a year and a half, he did not pay child support.
Is that right, sir?
Correct. I wasn't working at the time.
I don't care. That's irrelevant to me. And I'm sure it was irrelevant to the court that you weren't working. Why weren't you working?
I guess I just couldn't find a job.
When you have 3 children, you find a job. You're an intelligent man, you know that. Okay, so then I'm less sympathetic with you, Mr. Kennedy. You see, I was getting sympathetic because if Mrs. Kennedy leaves, and she leaves you with 3 children, and she sends you no child support, I sort of feel as if $1,100 is pennies under those circumstances. But if you didn't pay any child support for over a year because you decided not to work, that's a lot longer than 3.5 months.
Correct, but I would pick up the children throughout the week, provide for them what I could. When I had a job, I'd give her half of whatever I made.
And you mean at the times when you weren't providing them with support and she was taking care of 5 children, she was supposed to say to the kids, we're not eating lunch today because Dad's not working and whatever I do. Do you work?
I do work, Your Honor.
What kind of work do you do?
I work for a promotions department. I organize events through the county.
Same job for how long?
Almost a year and a half.
Okay. When you left in April of 2006, according to your complaint, he was supposed to take the electric bill out of your name.
Correct.
Is that your agreement?
That is correct.
Well, that's what she's stuck with. She's stuck with that bill. That's what she's asking you for.
Initially, it was supposed to come to me, and I had contacted the electric company, told them I'd have to make payments on that. That wasn't good enough for them, so they decided to tack it onto her bill at her new house.
So then you owe, just a second, so you owe her that money. How much does he owe you for the electric?
$699.99, and that's not exactly how it went. He stayed in the house that we once shared, rented it from the new owner, couldn't continue paying the rent on it, and left. Moved in with a friend, left no forwarding address, and to my understanding made no contact to the electric company to get the bill resolved. And that's how it got transferred to me.
Fine, $699.99. It's yours. Let's go on to the income taxes, which is a far more interesting subject. Go ahead.
Income taxes. These are from the year of 2003 when Kevin was employed full-time and I was the stay-at-home mom. Apparently, when he was unemployed after we separated, I don't know if the state of California had tried to make contact with him, but they couldn't find him. They found me because I was working.
Can I see the tax bill? You know about this tax bill, Mr. Kennedy?
Through my ex-wife, I do.
And?
When I moved from the house that we shared, I had all my mail forwarded.
I'm not talking about the forwarding mail. I'm talking about this tax bill. It was money that clearly you were working full-time, correct?
Correct.
She was not employed outside of the home.
When we were together, no.
Did you owe child support for other children?
No.
A record show an outstanding child support obligation that has priority over your personal income tax liability.
Your Honor, I believe that's for the current child support he's owing back.
I see. The balance due here is $342.55. Did you pay it?
It's being garnished from my wages.
Show this to him, please. Have you ever seen that document?
I haven't read it. I just heard about it from her.
And he was given that information. He said he tried to make contact with them, but was on hold for too long.
I had my mail forwarded to a P.O. box. If they wanted to find me, they could have found me.
Maybe they did find you. Maybe you took it and threw it in the garbage. How do I know? It's your responsibility. Why didn't you pay it?
Because I didn't have the $300 and some to pay her.
Well, who are you living with now?
I live with some friends.
That's not a good enough answer for me. Who do you live with now? The names of the people that you live with.
Joshua and Tina. I think their last name is something like that.
How long have you lived with them?
4 months.
Are they a couple?
Yes. You could. Yeah.
You know, why bother to get into it with you? You owe her $1,100. Mr. Kennedy, when you have 3 children, you can't afford to be unemployed unless you are mentally or physically unable to work, neither of which appears to be so in your case. So you have 3 children, you have to do whatever you can do. You get a hack license, you drive a cab, you pick up cans, you go to work for the Parks Department. You can't take the day off.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Since July of 2006, he's lived with 5 different people.
Sounds as if he's not doing too well.
He's not, Your Honor.
And later today.
They signed a lease.
They signed a lease that I was not aware of.
What difference does it make? That was your agreement with her. She's not your mother. Why would she make your mortgage payment? Thick.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Carrie Kennedy says her ex-husband, Kevin Kennedy, owes for an electric bill, a cell phone bill, and for taxes from the state.
Okay. Now, did you get half the money from the house that was sold?
I did.
How much did you get?
I believe it was $32,000 or $36,000.
And how much did you get?
Approximately 20.
20.
That's incorrect, Your Honor. It was split right down the middle. You got half, I got half.
Why would she get more than you?
I agreed to give her more than I got because she was moving into a new place. And she complained to me that splitting it right down the middle wouldn't be fair to her.
Does that sound right?
He would not allow me to take anything out of the home that we had in the house, except for any personal items. He kept the refrigerators, the computers, TVs, everything else. I didn't get any of that until I took possession of the children in July of 2006 because he had nowhere to move and had to move in with his girlfriend. Since July of 2006, he's lived with, I'm approximating 5 different people.
Sounds as if he's not doing too well.
He's not, Your Honor, and it's just incredibly sad that my oldest daughter has had to move back home with me to help me pay the bills.
Judge for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,100. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
This money has been long owed to me, and I'm just glad it's done and over with.
I just hope there's no other bills that pop up that I have to be taken to court for.
I think this is going to be a never-ending battle.
I'm just ready to go home.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Smith versus Edwards. Step forward.
Real estate agent Chavez Smith is suing her former friend and client, Erica Edwards, for a loan to pay her mortgage payments.
All right, well, this is one of those little complicated cases that Bert and I are going to try to figure out together. Miss Smith, you and Miss Edwards were friends. By the way, are you a licensed realtor?
Yes, I am.
In what state?
California.
According to your complaint, Miss Edwards wanted to sell her home.
Yes.
And you had initially found a buyer, but that deal fell through.
Yes, ma'am.
So you and Miss Edwards entered into this rather convoluted arrangement.
Yes.
Whereby you would make the mortgage payments on her home.
Yes.
While you were trying to find a purchaser.
Yes.
You might also rent the house while you were looking for a purchaser.
Yes.
And Miss Edwards would be out from under the problem of the mortgage, and she could go and live elsewhere. So far, is that about right?
Yes.
Yes.
She did move out of the house, And it is your claim that you made, I believe, 4 mortgage payments for her.
Yes.
She owes you that money.
Yes.
Miss Edwards says that she found out that you had in fact rented the house, didn't tell her that you had rented the house, collected money from the new tenant, did not pay the mortgage on time, thereby ruining her credit. She is counterclaiming for ruining her credit and for the money that you got from renting her house. When did you move out of your house, Miss Edwards?
I moved out May the 29th.
When was the first mortgage payment due?
May the 1st.
Is that the mortgage payment she was supposed to make?
Correct.
But you were living in the house the entire month of May.
She gave me the okay to take that money to put a deposit down on the apartment while she put tenants into the house.
Is that right?
Yes,
So you were supposed to make May's payment?
Yes.
And it's due on May the 1st?
Correct.
Did you make May's payment?
Yes, I did.
When?
June 8th.
Well, that's late.
Yes.
That's unacceptable. You understand that?
No, because I didn't tell her that the payment would be made on time. I was helping her.
No, Ms.
I was
Smith,
helping her out
Ms.
of a
Smith,
situation.
I read that in your answer to her counterclaim. And you said, well, I told her that I was going to make the payments, but I never said I would make the payments on time. It is presumed in the law that if you agree to take over the mortgage payment, it's understood. The same way it's understood if you say, I'll take over the mortgage payments, that you don't pay them in rupees or yen. You pay them in U.S. dollars. You don't have to write it out that you're going to pay them in U.S. dollars. You say, I'm going to take over the mortgage payments, and they will be paid. And they will be paid on time. You don't have to write on time.
But, Your Honor, we didn't come to that agreement until after she had moved out May 29th.
So you're saying you didn't come to the agreement to make the mortgage payment for May 1st.
Until it was already late.
Until it was, I see that. Is that correct?
That is not correct, Your Honor. We made this agreement the beginning of May.
When the beginning of May?
Around May 1st, because there's a grace period for the mortgage up until the 15th. And Ms. Smith agreed to go ahead and use my mortgage money for that month to put a deposit down on the apartment where I was moving to.
That's not correct.
No, I believe you.
That's not
just a second. I believe you and I don't believe her. That she did not pay May 1st's mortgage payment on time, and you did not come to an agreement with her about this until after the mortgage payment for May was late. But then you had an agreement.
Yes.
So June 1st, you should have paid June's mortgage.
No, I paid June's mortgage on June 20th because I paid May's mortgage June 8th, so I paid June's mortgage June 20th.
And July?
And July, I paid July and August late.
When did you make the payments?
I made the payment both in September.
Well, that's unacceptable, Ms. Smith. That's unacceptable. So she has a legitimate gripe if she had reasonable credit, and I don't know if she did, and she said that this destroyed her credit, that you made these mortgage payments late. She has legitimate beef. How much were the mortgage payments you made for her?
It was $1896.41 times 4.
Just a second.
$1896 and 41 cents.
7584. Okay. Now, you put a tenant into the house.
Yes, I did.
When?
They moved in June, but their payment wasn't good until July.
Why?
Well, the house was vacant, and they were in a situation to where they didn't have anywhere to go. So I allowed them to move in June and pay me for July.
How much did they pay you?
$1,450.
How much in total did you receive from these tenants?
I received $2,900 from the tenants.
The tenants also gave her a $1,000 deposit.
Did you add that in?
Yeah. Oh, no. They gave a $1,000 deposit, which was refunded to them.
Okay. I am deducting the amount she was paid by the tenants. Do you understand?
Yes.
Show me your credit score before June and show it to me after.
I wasn't able to get the credit score after, but I do have it before June.
Well, you have to show me both. How do I know that you were damaged? That's your counterclaim, that your credit score was damaged because your mortgage was paid late. Isn't that your counterclaim?
Yes.
Well, how am I supposed to see that? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if she paid your mortgage late and you could show damages as a result of paying the mortgage late, I would give you a certain amount to compensate you for that bad credit, but you can't prove that to me. Okay. Is there any reason why you don't owe her for these mortgage payments, $4,684? When did you move back into the house?
September the 15th.
She never moved back in.
September the 15th, the tenants moved out.
But she never moved in.
Who did?
Nobody. She left the house vacant until she just recently sold it a couple months ago. So
I moved back to the house.
Just a second. Hold it. Did you move back to the house?
Yes, I did.
In September?
September the 15th, when the tenants moved out.
And when did you sell the house?
September the 19th, 07.
So you sold the house 4 days later?
Yes. I didn't move my stuff. My stuff was in storage. I was there at the house.
Don't play with me. Will you please?
I'm not.
So you're playing with me. How much did you sell the house for?
$394,000.
How much did you pay for it?
$125,000.
Why didn't you give her the mortgage payments that she laid out for you?
What mortgage payments?
The mortgage payments that she paid for you.
The tenants that were there gave her the money for her to pay the mortgage.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Show me that.
They're her friends. They were friends of hers.
Just a second. Show me that.
They were friends
Bring
of
a
hers.
witness.
And they did not want to be involved.
Listen to me.
These are friends that she moved into the house.
Listen to me, my dear. She made mortgage payments totaling almost $8,000. According to her, she got rent for a 2-month period, which I have deducted $1,450. Were they month-to-month tenants, or did they sign a lease?
They signed a lease.
They signed a lease that I was not aware of.
What difference does it make? That was your agreement with her. She's not your mother. Why would she make your mortgage payment? Your agreement was she was going to rent the house. She was going to make the mortgage payment until such time I'm speaking thick. Until such time as the house could be sold, then she would recoup her money and everybody would be happy. I mean, what do you think? This is a windfall? You think you get somebody else to pay your mortgage, you make $200,000 on the house, and you don't have to pay it back? What are you, an idiot?
No, I'm not.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $46.84. That's all. Step out. Your counterclaim's dismissed.
All these are excused. You may step out.
Business, friendship, and family really don't mix.
I guess the moral to all this is don't get business mixed with friendship.
At the end of the day, if somebody's trying to help you out as a friend, you would think that you would at least try to uphold your end of the bargain.
Be wiser and know what type of people you're dealing with.
I hate that it came to this.
We haven't talked since last year.
Sometimes people in your life are for a reason or season, and I guess this was just a reason. I help her transition to wherever she needs to be, and I'll move forward.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of parent versus parent. Step forward, please.
Sonny Parent is suing his ex-wife, Stephanie Parent, for the return of a laptop computer. Stephanie says that Sonny needs to move on.
You two folks had a short-term marriage, and from what I gather, a relatively amicable divorce. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Did you have lawyers?
No.
Did you use the court system?
Yes.
Filed papers?
Yes.
Clerks had to read the papers?
Correct.
Judge had to read the papers? Judge's law secretary had to read the papers before you were granted the divorce? So you gobbled up your share of the justice system, right?
Yeah. Correct.
You're not going to gobble up any more time over nonsense. This is what this case is about. While you were married, there was a computer purchased.
Correct.
You say it was purchased for your business. She says it was purchased as a gift for her. I don't care. He doesn't care. You have two different versions of how she got her hands on the computer. You say she borrowed it. She says you borrowed it. I don't care. He doesn't care. How much was the computer?
$699.
When was it purchased?
In July, I do believe.
July 13th, 2006.
Yes.
So this $700 computer is now maybe worth $400. Who has the computer?
I do.
Do you want the computer or do you want to pay him $200?
I'll take the computer and pay him $200.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $200. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. This is case number 57 on the calendar in the matter of Myrex versus Goodwin. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
What's your first name?
Daryl.
It's your mother?
Yeah.
Ms. Myrex, you weren't there the date of this incident, but you're involved because the car that was allegedly damaged by Winter?
Yes.
Was owned by you.
Yes.
So why don't you have a seat? Okay. If we need anything, I'll call you.
Okay.
And Miss Goodwin?
Yes.
This is your daughter, Winter.
Yes.
And you weren't there the date of this incident, where your daughter says that this whole incident was provoked by Daryl and his brother. And
Yes.
you're counterclaiming because she was injured, had to go to the hospital with glass in her hand.
Yes.
So why don't you sit down? How old are you, Daryl?
17.
17.
And you have a long history of not liking each other. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Why don't you like each other?
Your Honor, she really doesn't like me. I have no problem with Winter.
What don't you like about him?
No, he don't like me. He never liked me since September.
What made you think he didn't like you, Winter?
Because Ivic Nuttall is my friend.
Ivic?
Yes.
Is your friend?
And he came to me in school saying what he was going to do to him, and I told them to keep me up out of it. And so that's how I got involved, because of his brother.
Oy. All right. Now I want you to tell me, Daryl, what happened on April 9th?
Okay, Your Honor, Friday, me and my friend Katrina, who lives out there, we have made plans to go to the bowling alley on Saturday, and we were on our way to pick him up. As I was entering the entrance to my friend Katrina's house, Winter, along with Ivic and others, were blocking the entrance.
Had you spoken to any of these people that day?
No. And I rolled down my window politely and I said, Winter, could you please move off the street?
Politely?
Yes, politely, because that's what type of person I am. I'm a polite person. And she started cursing me out like, MF, you have no business being out here. You don't live out here, so you can move out your car and move out my way. Well, by this time, her, Ivic, and the rest with his sister surrounded my car.
Is that you? You're the sister?
I'm Winter's sister.
You're Winter's sister.
And they all surrounded my car, and so therefore I couldn't move nowhere. Winter came up to my car, and she took her fist and busted out my back window, but they still wouldn't let me move out the way. So then she had run away, and she came back with a bat and busted out my driver window. Once she busted out the driver's side window, she put her arm in the car, unlocked the door, and pulled me out along with her friends, and they started beating me up.
You have a police report?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
Pictures.
Okay. Now I'll hear you, Miss Goodwin.
All right. On April 9th, Daryl and his friend Brente called us and told us to meet them up at the bowling alley. So about 6 to 8 o'clock, they kept playing on the phone.
Who were they calling?
They was calling me and my friend Ivic, my witness Ivic.
Okay.
We went to my house at 8 o'clock to ask my mom could we go to a party on Hobart Street. She said yeah if we took my little sister Raven. So then we walked back to Ivic's house. They was parked in the front. They came out. Then Daryl rushed Ivic. So then after that, his brother Roy hit me on the side of my face. Then that's when I turned around and hit him. And then after that, we got to fighting. He pushed me into the window. I was forced into that window.
Just a second.
So then that's how my hand got injured.
That's not what the witness says.
Okay.
The police report from a witness who was at the scene, that was one of your friends that the police officer spoke to, says the female, that's you, took the bat from the male, threw it under a car. The female then tried to punch the male, but hit the driver-passenger window and shattered the window.
That's not what happened, Your Honor. We never talked to the police until he got to the hospital.
Not you. I'm not talking about you.
Me or my witness.
Well, there were a lot of people out there.
We never talked to the police, Your Honor.
So the police is lying?
Yes, he is.
You're the brother?
No.
Friend?
Yes, ma'am.
Name?
Jerry Ashley.
Were you in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you doing there, Jerry?
We was going out there to get a friend to go to the bowling alley.
But you had already gotten him, because he was in the car, according to this police report. There were 3 of you in the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Where does he live? Give me the address.
I don't know the address, but he lived in the front of Mary Hill Apartments.
And where did he meet you?
He met us right there. When you come inside Mary Hill, or the entrance, he met us right there.
So then you were leaving, because he was in the car already.
No, ma'am.
Why weren't you leaving?
Because they had blocked the car.
Who blocked the car, Jerry?
Winter, Ivic, and some of her friends, his brothers, his sisters, they all blocked the car. Even the little girl blocked the car.
She's not so little.
Well, you know.
I'll get to you in a minute. How old are you?
18, Your Honor.
Okay, Ivic. Up. How old are you, Ivic?
15.
What's the problem that you have with these guys?
Nah. Every time we was in school, he said, like, find me, it's like I'm Michael Jackson, so he'll whoop me, stuff like that.
What?
He said, find me like he find Michael Jackson. Like, I'm gonna be Michael Jackson, so he can whoop me and stuff like that.
Do you understand this? Are you following this?
Not at all.
No, I thought maybe I was missing something. So now I want you to tell me, Ivic, what happened on April 9th?
From 6 o'clock to 8, Brent.
No, I want you, don't look at the heavens. God is not going to help you with this, Ivic. Only the truth will set you free, so you look at my eyes.
6 through 8 o'clock, Brente, Daryl, they was calling my phone telling me to come to the bowling alley. But I was like, nah. So then after a while, they start driving past
the Maryville Apartments telling Winter and that he wanted to fight me and stuff like that. And they was 3 cars deep. But first, me, Winter, and Raven went to her mama's house to ask her, could we go to a party? And she said, yeah, so when I was...
So first, this car is driving by, and Winter, who is afraid, right, goes in to ask her mother if she can go to a party.
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me, so that they're driving by with their friends. And that's very intimidating, right? They're looking to fight you.
Yeah.
Step up. You're her mother?
Yes.
Do you remember your daughter coming inside and asking if she can go to a party?
Yes.
What did she say to you?
She asked me could her and Raven go to a party, and I gave her permission. The only way that she can go to that party was to take Raven.
She didn't say to you there are guys outside that are looking for trouble, looking to beat up Ivik?
No, she did not.
Shh. Put your hand down. She didn't say that to you. She didn't say, Mom, I'm afraid because there are people out there are cars out there going back and forth. She didn't say that to you.
No.
Now, she was safe inside her house, correct?
Yeah.
If you would have known that there were cars outside waiting to beat up Ivik and maybe her, you wouldn't have let her go out again, would you?
No, I wouldn't have.
Good. Have a seat.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
His brother Roy hit me on the side of my face. I hit him back. He pushed me into his mom's window, and then that's how the window got broke.
Are you finished now?
Yeah.
Good.
And later today,
So you decided you didn't want to see her anymore because she borrowed $50 from somebody else. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Mr. Alford? Could we get to it, please?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Daryl Myrick's claims his former classmate, Winter Goodwin, punched out his car window. Winter claims Daryl's brother pushed her into the car. She is countersuing for medical bills.
Winter.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what you swore to. On April 9th at around 6 o'clock, Daryl's friend, not Daryl, Daryl's friend called me and told Ivik and me to come to the neighborhood bowling alley because Daryl wanted to fight Ivik. That's what you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
I told his friend that Daryl knew where we were if he wanted to fight. For the next 2 hours, Daryl and a car of 5 of his friends circled the streets of my neighborhood. They were screaming obscenities and trying to instigate a fight. Ivik and I ignored them. Around 8 o'clock, I went across the street to talk to my mom. When I crossed the street back to Ivik's house, Daryl was parked on the street with 2 carloads of his friends. They were just sitting there stalking Ivik's house. I went inside and got Ivik with the intention of ignoring Daryl and his friends and going to a party. That's what you wrote.
I know what I wrote.
But that's not what you're telling me.
That is what I'm telling you. You didn't even let me finish my story.
I'll let you finish your story. I'm at your mother's house where you went inside to ask her if you could go to a party, despite the fact that a couple of hours before, a guy had said he's coming over to the house. He was going to fight you because you invited him over. He said, you want to fight? You know where we are. Come on over. And you say for the next 2 hours, the cars went back and forth stalking Ivik's house. Then you went inside and asked your mother if you could go to a party. Nowhere did you tell your mother that there was a problem. And I find that hard to understand, Winter.
Well, I didn't tell her what happened because they weren't even supposed to be out there. We was about to get in the car and leave. So then I tried to go in his house to get his mom. His brother Roy hit me on the side of my face. I hit him back. We got to fighting. He pushed me into his mom's window, and then that's when I lost my balance. And then that's how the window got broke.
Are you finished now?
Yeah.
Good. Did you see how the back window got broken?
Yes, Your Honor.
How did the back window get broken?
By Winter hand.
And how did the side window get broken?
By the bat that Winter had, Your Honor.
Where did the bat come from?
After they did all that, she fled away from the accident and then came back with the bat.
Did you ever have the bat in your car?
No, Your Honor.
Did you ever have the bat in your car?
No, Your Honor.
I believe you. Sit down. Can I have the estimate, please, for the damage to the car? Put your hand down, Ivik. Did you have it fixed?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you step up, please? Would you tell me how much it cost you to fix both windows?
It came out to about $170.
You have bills here for $870.
Just the estimate.
But it actually cost you less?
Yes.
You can sit down. Stay there with your son. Step up with your daughter, please. This young man did not hurt your hand. You hurt your own hand.
No, I didn't, Your Honor.
Sure you did.
His brother pushed me.
You have no lawsuit against his brother here today. You're suing him for your medical bills. And that's not what your friends say happened to your hand. What your friends say happened to your hand is you went to punch somebody, they probably moved out of the way, and you punched the car window instead. That's what your friends say happened. So your counterclaim's dismissed. You owe him $170 to fix the window. I believe him. That's all.
I was just saying, that's it.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
This child is not even in school. She's expelled from school. She doesn't go to school at all, period. And she's a troublemaker.
I was expelled from school, and that's because somebody spit on me.
I'm just happy that this situation is over so I can move on.
If it was just an accident, then someone pushing her through the car window, I don't feel that I was responsible for the car window.
When a child is not being taught at home, it reflects on the parent.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Alfred versus Griffin. Step forward.
19-year-old Chris Alford is suing his ex-girlfriend, 19-year-old Ashley Griffin, for a loan to pay her rent. Ashley says Chris gave her the money.
Mr. Alford, the defendant used to be your girlfriend. According to your complaint, you are no longer involved in a relationship, but at some point prior to your breaking up, you loaned her $300. You want that money back.
Yes, this was after we broke up. Like, we broke up, then she called me.
So you lent her the money after you were no longer together?
Yes.
When did you lend her the money, sir?
I sent it the 1st of July.
Tell me about that.
All right, we broke up with her when she came up.
She came up where?
To Philly. We was no longer seeing each other.
You live in Philadelphia?
Yes.
You live where?
Florida.
And when did she come to Philadelphia?
Like the beginning of June.
Who did she stay with?
Her mom, I guess.
Your mom lives in Philadelphia?
Outside of Philadelphia.
Stop moving up and down. When she came up to Philadelphia to visit her mother, and you, I assume.
I saw her a couple hours.
That's not
true, Were you still dating?
Then, yeah.
What caused you to stop seeing each other in a romantic way?
Chris Alford says ex-girlfriend Ashley Griffin owes for a loan to pay her rent. Chris also says Ashley is a two-timer.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, she missed her flight, right? In the morning time, she missed her flight.
She missed her flight going back to Florida?
Yes.
When was that?
I don't know the exact date.
It was sometime in July.
He said you went up in June.
No, it was like the middle of July sometime.
Did you miss your flight going home?
Yes, ma'am.
When you were in Philadelphia?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What happened when she missed her flight, sir?
She missed her flight, and she called some guy and was like, I missed my flight. It cost $50 or something to pay the balance or something. And I was like, who's that on the phone? And I turned around, whatever, because I was half asleep when all this happened. She hit me, whatever, like, oh, I missed my flight.
So what you're saying is she was sleeping over at your house?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, then you were with her more than just a couple of hours during this visit to Philadelphia.
Okay.
All right, so you decided you didn't want to see her anymore because she was talking to somebody else and borrowed $50 from somebody else. Is that what you're trying to tell me, Mr. Alford? Could we get to it, please?
All right.
Is that what happened?
Other stuff, too, but that's what started it all.
And then this other young man sent you money or called up and said, add the ticket on his credit card, and you went home.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me why you needed this $300, Miss Griffin.
Can I start from the beginning?
No.
Well, because I was going back home in July. So I had already bought my ticket, and I was short for my rent. So I asked him for the money. I didn't say, can I borrow it? I asked him, can I have it? And he said, yeah. And he gave me the money.
So you needed the $300 for rent because you had spent the money.
But I was also going to see him. And we spent more than just that night together. He picked me up from the airport, and I was with him that day, and we went to go pick up his witness.
Tell me about when you called him and asked him for the money.
Well, I called him, and I pretty much said I needed the money for the rent because I was short.
Where were you when he gave you the money?
I was at my house.
In Florida?
Yes, ma'am. He Western Unioned me the money.
You have the receipt for Western Union?
Yes, I do.
Can I see it, please? Mr. Alford, I'd like you to tell me about the conversation that you had with her about the $300, please.
All right, I'm in the car, me and 3 friends of mine, and my phone rings. And I put it on speaker because I couldn't drive and talk. So I'm talking to her, and she's like, oh, my God, I don't have enough money to pay for my rent, this, and that. And I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, like, what am I supposed to do about that? Then she said, would it be possible if you could send me $300 and I will pay you back next Friday on my paycheck? Everybody in the car heard her say that.
Don't say what they heard. Did you hear it?
I heard it clearly. It's right here. The phone's right here. I was listening, talking like, all right, well, I can't spare it. I mean, so you gotta send it back next Friday. And you can see on that on Western Union, date was July 1st. If she just now said she was in Philly.
You're absolutely right, sir. It was July 1st.
I said he sent me the money July 1st. I said I went home after July 1st.
Are you telling me you went home and then continued your relationship with him after he sent you the money?
Yes, we were still together, so I don't know why he's saying we weren't. We were together at that time. Why would I stay at his house? Why would he pick me up from the airport if we weren't together?
He says it was in June.
It was in June. That's why you was at my house. It was in June, man.
Oh, you must have your airline ticket.
I don't have it.
Okay.
Who was this other person that you called for $50?
All right, when he came down, he knew about the guy already.
Don't tell me what he knew. I didn't ask you for a whole story. I said, who was this other person?
It was some other guy that I was messing with.
So now what you want me to believe is he sent you $300 to help you cover your rent. Then you went up to Philadelphia to see him. But at the time that he sent you the $300 for the rent, you were messing around with somebody else that he didn't know about. Is that right?
No, he knew about him. We were only like
friends.
No, we weren't friends. We were more than friends. But at that time, I knew I could depend on him.
You have to learn that you have to stand on your own 2 feet. You have to stop relying on people, and you have to stop using people. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $300. That's all. Thank you.
The one on the calendar in the matter of Shields versus Germany. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Miss Shields, you and the defendant were boyfriend and girlfriend, and you lived together for how long?
We never actually lived together. We were just boyfriend and girlfriend.
Did you live together?
When we dated, we stayed together. As far as I was concerned, we was together and staying together.
According to your complaint, last summer you were living together.
We didn't actually live together. He has his own residence and I have my residence, but we weren't.
Well, it's interesting. You said that he came home last summer, I think sometime in July. He came home in the morning because he had been out all night and you refused to let him in the house.
Okay.
Is that what you told me? Let me see.
I can explain.
You know, I'm getting older. Maybe I misread what you said. You said on July 1st, 2004, Byron, that would be you.
Yes, ma'am.
Came home after being out all night. He didn't have the key to get into the house and started banging in the door. I refused to allow him back into the home since he refused to stop continually disrespecting our relationship. Well, that sounds to me like he was coming home.
Actually, he had already been told not to come back around. We had already had a falling out and breaking up. I asked him not to return anymore. I told him that, I didn't want to be bothered because of the things he had been doing in the relationship as far as, staying out, other women, different things of that nature, and so I had already called it quits.
So that's in July, and you say that when he came home in July, he assaulted you. So tell me what happened.
He arrived at the house. It was early morning. Him and his friend had pulled up from somewhere, and he was knocking on the door, sitting through the door, opened the door, that he wanted to talk, and I explained to him that, there was no need for him to be there because I wasn't going to open the door and I wasn't going to talk to him, so he needed to leave. He got irate and started, pushing on the screen door, yanking at things, just out of control. And so, I continued to let him know that the door wasn't coming open. He needed to leave or I was going to call the police. So he ran around to the side of the house and he got the garage door open. He kicked it in. He came into the garage. It's another door that allows you to come into the house. He must have got a hold of something in the garage and pried.
Whatever, he got into the house.
No, he didn't get into the house that way.
Did he get into the house some way? I want him in the house already.
Yes, ma'am, he came.
I have other things to do today.
Okay, I'm sorry. He came around the front, and he yanked the screen door open. He kicked the front door, and he came in, and he assaulted me.
Well, tell me what happened when he kicked the door in.
When he kicked the door in, he started grabbing at me and started fighting me, and he punched me in my mouth.
He hit you in the face?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
And then what happened?
I had already called the police, was bleeding. Police got there. He told the story that I hit him with a glass, so therefore they said that, if it's a dispute between both of you guys are saying that you each assaulted each other so you both could go to jail. I wasn't really prepared to go to jail. I wanted him to leave, and at that time I just asked them to make him leave, and they did. My mother was going to escort me to the hospital up the street, and they made sure that the situation was calm down.
So you went to the hospital. What happened at the hospital?
Went to the hospital, was there for a little bit. They got me back and started to, stitch up my lip and everything.
How many stitches did you have in your lip?
6 stitches.
You have a bill from the hospital?
Yes.
I'd like to see it.
Let me just give her doctor bills and everything.
Now, after that date on July 1st, when was the next time you saw Byron?
Well, he continued to, come around and continued to knock on the door and make little threats and different things like that. But the next actual event where I did actually have to file charges again was January the 4th this year.
And what happened?
I do have videotape. He came over again, banging, ranting and raving. He kicked the front door in that time, which I have videotape of that. And he left. I called the police, made another...
He's not the father of that baby, is he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, it's not like...
This is just a videotape of today, January 4th, 2005, where he's been kicking at my door. Just continuing to destroy the door that he's already destroyed numerous times. Byron, Germany. Black. 38. About 180-some pounds. So he drove off. Just kicked the door, just kicked it all apart. And he kicked my window, trying to kick my window out, but he kicked the screen, broke the screen door. He couldn't get in the door, he just tried to kick. He just keep destroying the property. Just keep destroying it.
When was the last time you had sexual relations with the defendant?
Not since the first incident. We haven't really been communicating.
You mean not since July 1st?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you told me before you started that you had already told him not to come around. Was that before or after you became pregnant?
I guess it was around about that time. It was all pretty close together, Things are just spinning out of hand at that time.
Yeah, and I was there the day before that.
Oh, yeah, I know you were. And then you took off and you stayed out all night.
Well, we went to the casino.
So?
When we go to the casino, your phone doesn't work in there. And apparently, I guess she was trying to call me and she didn't get through.
Well, when did you
and
tell her
got
that?
upset.
Shh, listen to me.
In the casino, 24 hours.
Am I speaking to you? When did you tell your girlfriend that you were going to be out all night and you wouldn't be coming home?
I didn't think I had to report to her. She knew I was with him and we were going to go do a couple things.
You picked him, my friend.
Yeah.
That same thing I tell him?
And it's a pattern.
Just a second. Do you and I have to have a...
Okay.
Ask him to come up here, would you, please?
Step up.
Right here. I run this show. Do you understand? You don't speak until I speak to you. If I ask to speak to you, you'll stand up there, you'll tell me your name, you'll answer questions that I ask you. Other than that, I don't want to hear from you. We understand each other?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Perfect.
Yana, when she goes places, she don't call me and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I mean, she does it, and when she gets back...
Well, let me ask you this question, Sir Lancelot. How would you feel if she went out with her friends, or with whomever, and stayed out until 8 o'clock in the morning, didn't call you, and you were home all night waiting for her to come home?
I didn't stay after 8 o'clock.
I'm asking you a question. This is my story. I'm allowed to make up the facts in my story. How would you feel if your girlfriend, who you were expecting to come home, stayed out all night and traipsed in at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning? How would you feel?
I mean, I'll probably be a little upset, but I mean...
Ooh! You'd probably be a little upset, Byron.
I wouldn't double lock the doors and block your phone numbers out from the phone so you can't call or get in.
Well, that should have told you something, my dear. She didn't want to hear from you. She didn't want to see you. She was really annoyed.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Your friend says, what am I going to be friendly with him for? He's an idiot.
Right.
See? You knew you'd come in handy.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Regina Shields says ex-boyfriend Byron Germany kicked in her front door and split her lip. Byron claims Regina injured herself when she swung a cup at him.
Byron, you can't give her a fat lip, my dear.
I didn't hit her on the lip. She hit me with the cup, and then on a moment...
Where did she hit you with a cup?
On my elbow.
What bone did she break?
She didn't break no. She swole my elbow out to there. Oh. But when, the police took forever getting there, but when the police did come there, I told them I wasn't trying to press no charges.
Well, how did her lip get split?
Well, her lip got split when she was swinging the cup. She hit her own self with the cup. And I was pushing her back, and I think when I hit her hand, it hit back and hit her lip. I know it sounds wild, but that's what happened.
It's possible. And it all wouldn't have happened if you hadn't kicked in the door.
I didn't kick in the door, I pushed it open.
Pushed it in, kicked it, shh. Pushed it, kicked it. It all wouldn't have happened if you just went home, let her cool off, go back to the casino, lose another couple of bucks. You could have done a whole bunch of things instead of pushing in the door.
Well, when she gets angry like that, she stay like that for some days.
Then what you do is you stay away for a few days.
But I had something in the house I need to get. And I was
what?
I had some money in there. I wanted to get my money in. Then I was going to go and let her do her routine where she'd be hot for a week or two.
Now, what about this video that I just saw of you driving back and forth and then leaving the house?
I wasn't driving back and forth. I was backing out.
Okay, you were backing out. Why were you there?
It's my house. It's my place.
How long has it been since you lived there?
I mean,
Byron! How long has it been since you lived there?
I'm with her 24/7 there. I'm just off and on.
I'm talking about January.
That was, I think that was July on the video. What's the date on that?
January 4th.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, 'cause I was back. I forgot. So many incidents. You don't understand, y'all. There's so many incidents I can't remember.
What were you doing there?
I think that day, I think I didn't answer my phone. I remember right. And I was trying to call, and she put me on the block and other stuff. And then when you pull up to the door, we got a little surveillance, and she likes to talk through the camera to you, and it irritates you because you're standing there and can't get in your own place.
I got a restraining order.
I see it.
Yeah. Here's the protection order. That was for what I had to file on the 4th of January, and I actually did have them charge him for kicking the door down that time.
That restraining order is dismissed.
That was from the first incident.
This one is dated the 4th of January, 2005. It was filed.
What, is that the restraining order?
That's the complaint.
The complaint, yeah.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't want you around anymore, Byron.
I mean, I don't have no problem with it. Like I said, my lease is up.
When was the last time he lived there?
It's been before the first incident.
Before July?
Yes.
Okay, and he hasn't been living there since July?
Yeah, I've been there off and on. I've been there.
What do you mean off and on you've been there?
I'll come, she'll get mad, and I'll go. I mean, I don't have no problem.
Byron, really, unless you want to spend a lot of time in jail, you should stay away from her.
I'm not trying to spend no time in jail.
What I'm telling you is I'm giving you the best possible advice, Byron. If you don't want to spend a lot of time in jail, you're going to stay away from her, because once you've had a history of domestic violence, eventually a judge is going to get fed up with you and say, Byron, you don't seem to get it. And maybe you'll get it if you do 60 days.
But I never been charged with, I've never been charged, but everything's been dismissed.
What I'm telling you, Byron, is she doesn't want to see you anymore.
Then she should stop calling me and telling me, what are you doing? You ain't coming by here.
You have proof that she does that?
You're going to ask her, but I know she's not going to tell you the truth.
Right.
She just gets in those moods. Like I said, if I stay out all night, or if I don't answer my phone, or she thinks she hears women in the background, she's going to go off and she's going to do what she does now. And that's the only reason why the doors end up like that. But as far as that fat lip, I never put my hands on her. She did it with herself with the cup.
You did. You put your hands on her. I'm not saying that you hit her. I'm not saying that with all this scuffling, that maybe the cup hit her lip. That's possible. But for the fact that you kicked in the door or pushed in the door, it wouldn't have happened.
I understand that. One time before, she's got that little bump right there. She had a hammer, hit me with a hammer, swinging a hammer at me. And when I pushed her back, she bumped her head with the hammer.
He's extremely violent. Extremely violent.
Oh, she's extremely
just
violent.
a second. You have a bad temper?
I can.
Yeah, I know. And I know that you do. And I know that when he pushed his way into your house that day, things got hot and heavy. Right?
Really, I'm scared of him.
Now, listen to me. Things got hot and heavy. Is that right?
He's already heated, but I wouldn't hit him because I know he'll hit me back.
Mm-mm.
I know he'll hit me back.
Yeah, and I've been hit with bricks, 2x4s.
Well, then you're an idiot.
Cell phone.
Then listen to me. Then you're an idiot. If you've been hit with bricks and hammers and glasses and cups and you keep going back, then something's not right. Then your friend says, what am I going to be friendly with him for? He's an idiot, right?
Right.
See? You knew you'd come in handy.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Regina Shields claims ex-boyfriend Byron Germany kicked in her front door and assaulted her.
Yana, can we put him over there with her? She's gonna say I'm an idiot.
Well, don't you think you're an idiot? Listen, if you get hit with bricks and hammers and cups, and she's vicious, and you keep going back.
Your Honor, it's not like she...
Shh. Does that make you smart?
No, it don't make you smart, but she's not beating me, literally beating me, but I'm saying she will hit you with something.
Protecting
She'll
her.
break a curtain rod up and hit you.
If he got... Just wait a second. So now I've got Byron. I've got curtain rods, bricks.
It gets worse, sir.
Hammers.
2x4s.
2x4s.
And cell phones.
Cups. Cell phones.
Yeah, cell phones. House phones. We had to replace the house phone 3 times because she wants to beat you with them.
Byron, you're right. Go over on that side.
Nah, I'm just saying. I mean, I be trying to give him advice too, like he just need to leave her alone. You know?
See? Wisdom.
Yeah. You know, she's complaining about the doors. I mean, I have damages too. She tore up cars. She done kicked doors, and I got a Hummer. She beat it with an iron, like you iron. I was going to pull out the driveway, then bam.
Ask him why he stays.
If I ask him why he stays, we may turn into an R-rated program. Why do you stay, Byron?
I mean, I love her to death. She's a good girl when she want to be, but what I'm trying to say to you, I mean, she does things too. I mean, I bought a car and I only had it 3 days, and I got my cousin. I know it sounds strange. My cousin hit me on the expressway, knocked me to the guardrail. I only had the car 3 days, and she said, "That's what you get for not giving me no money." I mean, that's not right. She was in the car with me. We both could have ended up seriously hurt.
He's trying to sound money hungry. That's what he's trying to say.
Well, maybe you are and maybe you're not. Anyway, Byron, I don't know whether she loves you or not, but all I can tell you is if you don't stay away from her, there's going to be a problem. And you're going to have this baby, and then there are going to be a whole host of other problems. Do you understand? Because you're going to want to see this baby, you're going to want to visit with this baby, and unless you learn to control yourself, and she learns to control herself, because my sense is that she knows how to get your goat. But you can't touch her.
No, she kicked his car before. He just bought a car.
Listen to me. I believe she's got a bad temper.
Can I say something, Judge Judy, please?
Sure.
I know when a bad situation is getting ready to get out of hand, the only thing I ask of him is just leave. When I get angry, I can easily go and do things like that to his property when he does to where I live, but I don't do that. I just ask that he leave, and if he doesn't leave, I call the police.
Listen to me. I know you sound as if butter would melt in your mouth. What he's saying is that when you're not here in a courtroom situation, you can have a really hot, volatile temper. That's what he's saying. And I have a tendency to believe him because I think that he doesn't do the right thing, but I don't think he's full of baloney. And I think you are a little bit. I'm not saying he does the right thing. He doesn't do the right thing. Staying out all night, not the right thing. Not keeping in touch with you, not the right thing. If he's fooling around, not the right thing. But you know how to get to him so that when you bring the decibel level up to a certain point and then you say, now you have to go home, Byron. Well, you've already got him all worked up. Her lip got split, and her lip wouldn't have gotten split if you hadn't punched in the door. So you're going to pay for all those medical bills, which come to which come to about $630. Better find somebody to fix your door for about $500.
Your Honor, I didn't hit her in the lip. I shouldn't have to pay.
I don't care whether you hit her in the lip or not, but for the fact that you pushed in the door, there wouldn't have been a scuffle and her lip wouldn't have gotten busted.
All she had to do was answer the door. He could tell you. He was right
Just
there.
a second. She didn't want to answer the door. She doesn't have to answer the door. There is nothing written in the Constitution, Byron, that provides that she has to answer the door because you knock on it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,130. I suggest you stay far away from each other unless it's pursuant to a court order of visitation for this new blessed event that's coming next month. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Young men have seats. You're welcome.
Mr. Cleary, it is your claim that the defendant threw a trash can at your car one evening, causing damage to your car. Mr. Tibbs says that he had nothing to do with throwing this trash can at your car. When did it happen? Where were you? And what were you doing?
It was November 9th, and it was after our school dance. And me and my friend and 3 other people were at the park with our friends, and Stephen Tibbs showed up, and we were just all hanging out there, you know, just looking for something else to do. But it started getting late. It was around 12:40, and I had to be home at 1. So I was like, I'm leaving now. And the girls, the ones that I gave a ride there with, they knew I was the only one there not drinking, and so they wanted to...
That's a lie, Your Honor.
They knew I wasn't drinking, so they wanted a ride home with me because they wanted to go to the party because Tibbs asked them to go to a party. And when they said no, they were going to get a ride home with me.
That's a lie. What word didn't you understand? I said, be quiet. Go ahead.
Tibbs became very angry and to a point of violent. When the girls started getting in the car, he was pushing them, and one of the girls' leg was still hanging out, and he slammed the door on her leg, or he tried to, and I mean, it bounced off her leg. After we got in the car, we could see him. He had the trash can picked up, and people were yelling, Tibbs, no, Tibbs, no.
Did you see him with the trash can in his hand, not the girls?
I saw him with the trash can in his hand like this. He had the trash can up around his head level. And I was parked. I had to back up and go like that, and he was on this side of me. When I backed up, he hit my car with the trash can.
Okay. And may I see the estimates of the damage and any photographs that you have? So the trash can didn't hit the top of the car, it hit the side of the car.
Yeah, the rear right fender.
All right, Mr. Tibbs, now your version of the event, sir.
Okay.
Now it's time to speak.
All right. I have a little bit different story. First of all, I didn't throw the trash can at his car.
Let's start from the beginning. You're out in the field at the park.
Yeah, I'm at the park talking to girls, and I'm with my witness, Frank. I see Mike drive in. He drives in kind of crazy. His tires were screeching. He came from the dance. When he got out of his car, he was drinking beer. For the half hour we were there, I seen him drink 3 beers personally. He stumbled back into his car. He backed out, peeled out, and I watched him fishtail into the trash can. The damage was on the bottom right-hand side. I watched him hit the trash can.
So you did not throw the trash can at his car?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any witnesses here, sir?
Right here.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Sean.
Sean what?
Blevins.
Tell me what you saw.
Well, when we got there...
Look at me.
Sorry. When we got there, we were talking with the girls.
I want your eyes to stay fixed on mine.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Steven came after...
Your eyes are moving around.
Came like 5 to 10 minutes later, and he was drinking, had friends with him, and then we were gonna leave, and he got mad at the girls because they didn't want to go to the party. So he started to become violent with the girls and started like pushing them around, okay, fine, then you, and stuff like that. And then we got in the car because Mike had to be home later on that night because he had something to do the next day. And we started backing up, and I heard people saying, Tibbs, no, Tibbs, no. And I looked out the back of the car because I was in the back seat, and he had a green garbage can in front of him, and like the driveway comes in right here, and there's like a little island type thing where you could park next to it, and the trash can was right here, and Mike was parked over here, and Tibbs and a whole bunch of other people were standing over here. And then we backed up, and we went to take off because we were giving the girls a ride home, and he threw the garbage can at the car.
You saw him throw the garbage can at the car?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you see it hit the car? Now, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Because I've looked at the damage to the car. And I'm not saying he's not responsible for the damage.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, did you see the garbage can at that time hit the car as he threw it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or did you see it hit the ground and then bounce up at the car?
No, it hit the car. He was like this, and he threw it at the car, and like the corner of the garbage can, it hit the fender, and it dented it, and then it fell down, and all the garbage and everything came out of it.
Now I'll hear your witness. Your name, sir?
Frank Ambrose.
Where were you standing?
I was standing by my truck. I was the one driving.
Who were you driving?
Steven, just me and him by ourselves. We went there to meet up with girls. It's right by the school parking lots.
Okay.
The park and everything. We meet up there a lot. We went there. When we got there, he was with a bunch of girls. I don't remember seeing his witness. This is the first time I've really seen his witness out of school. We got there, he was drinking, girls were drinking. He had really no part in what we were doing there. We weren't paying attention to him. When he left, he screeched out, and girls were screaming. They had bottles, probably showing off, and he was doing donuts, or just peeling out, making and then you hear a bunch of screeching, you hear a loud crash, and you hear silence after that, and everyone look over there, and you see his car stopped with the brake lights, and there was a trash can in the middle with the trash everywhere, and he didn't do anything, stop or confront any of us, look back or anything. He stopped, and we were going to wait for him to get out the car. It was about 15 seconds, but it felt long, and he just drove away. And we didn't hear of anything, Steven Tibbs' name into it until, that happened about a Friday, I would say, because it was dance, until I think Monday or Tuesday at school, him trying to blame Steven Tibbs, and Steven doesn't even go to bar. I think that's why.
A note for yourself, Your Honor. Mike contacted my father at my house and told him, he said that I threw a trash can at his car. My dad said if I committed a crime, then file a police report. A police report was never filed in this case.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Cleary says former schoolmate Steve Tibbs threw a trash can at his car.
Mr. Cleary, I have 2 witnesses on each side, and all of you look as if you're telling me the complete truth, right?
Right.
So all I can do is look at the photographs that you provided and try to find something that's consistent with either story. Now, both you and your witness say that he was standing not far from your car, correct?
Right.
He picked up the trash can over his head, and he's a tall young man, and he threw it at your car. Well, if he picked up the trash can and threw it at your car, you would have damage to the top part of your car. Or even if it landed on the side of your car, most of the damage would be on the top part. What you've shown me here is mostly damage that starts at the underside of the car. And that would be quite a trick. If the trash can was over his head and in a downward motion he threw the trash can and it landed on your car, the damage here is inconsistent with that. It's more consistent with either he may have thrown the trash can and it may have collided at the same time he threw it with your car and sort of bounced up and hit the top of the, the top of where the wheel is. That's why I asked your witness whether the trash can hit the floor first and then the car. He said, no, it hit the car first, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I cannot be satisfied based upon the statements of the witnesses and these photographs that you've established your case, Mr. Cleary. Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes. If you look, there's damage to the tire because it goes like this, right? And it was bent down. It hit the base of it, where it protects the wheel, and that's why it's bent down like that.
It hit the base of the wheel, but that is also consistent, Mr. Cleary, with the defendant's statement that you were doing figure eights around the parking lot and hit the trash can. It's also consistent with that.
If I was spinning donuts, my whole car would hit the trash can, and it would have been a bigger dent.
I don't know that at all, sir. I know that there's a lot of damage right on the lip.
Because that's where the trash can hit the lip.
I know, you were inside. I can't make a judgment, certainly, sir, even by a preponderance of the evidence that he's responsible for this. Where are all the girls who were there?
All
the girls who were shouting, no Tibbs, no. Where are all the girls?
Their parents didn't allow them to come.
This may be one of those cases that is never going to be solved, but based upon the evidence that I've heard today, I cannot conclude by a preponderance of the evidence that Mr. Tibbs is responsible for this. Mr. Tibbs, only you know whether or not you did it, right?
That's correct, I didn't.
You didn't. Bye.
By his excuse, you may step out.
He was mad because the girls weren't going to his party like he wanted them to.
He doesn't like me at all.
He was drinking a little bit, and he just had a bad attitude about it.
He hit the trash can, sliding into it.
My car don't have enough power to showboat. I got a 4-cylinder piece of crap car.
He wants someone else to pay for his mistakes. That's what it comes down to.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Long versus Merovitz, step forward, please.
31-year-old business owner Tom Long is suing his ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old salesman Dan Merovitz, for unpaid credit card charges and a trip to Europe.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant met on the internet sometime last year, is that right?
Yes.
And began a relationship that lasted for how long?
About 8 months.
Did you live together during that period?
Most of it, yes.
It is your claim that during the time that you lived together, you made certain loans to the defendant. Loans that were made by virtue of your credit card?
Yes.
Some cellular phone expenses, and the cost of his share of a trip to Europe that you took together, that you claim that he promised to pay you for, but never did.
Correct.
The defendant says that all of these expenses were gifts. While he acknowledges the expenses, that he made certain charges, he said that they were all gifts from you made during the course of a relationship. So that's where we're at. When did you and the defendant begin living together?
May of last year.
When did you give him access to your credit card?
Maybe 2 months after that. He was getting a promotion and he needed it to keep his job.
What do you mean he needed it to keep his job?
With his promotion, he had more responsibility. He had to entertain, he had to travel, and without that, he probably wouldn't have been able to keep his job.
Did you get him his own credit card, or did you give him yours?
It was basically a partner card
off of my account with his name.
So far, is it correct that you had a partner card of the plaintiffs starting in about July of 2000?
Yeah.
Now, when you got the bill, let's say in September, and you were still together in September of 2000, who paid his portion of the bill?
As Dan would get company funds back to him on his expense checks, he would either write a check out to me or just reimburse me in one way or another with money.
Is that correct?
For the most part, yeah.
What about October? Do the same thing?
As he would be paid by his company, he would pay me back.
So far, is that correct, sir?
Voluntarily, yeah.
I love it. You would pay him back.
Right.
Now, you separated, according to this, sometime in November?
That sounds correct, yes.
At the time you separated, what was the balance on his card?
At that time, it was probably around...
Don't give me a probably around. Courts don't deal with probably around. Where's the paperwork? Don't give me a whole lot of paperwork to look through. Make it easy for me.
It's a quarterly expense report. It has everything.
Just make a little check mark with regard to where his expenses
These are
were
all-
on his card.
Every single one. It's just his side of it. It's not
This
mine
is
or
just
not
his-
included.
I thought I was going to get him to do this for me. Did you do a lot of traveling for your business, sir? Stayed at the Radisson in Sarasota. Good deal? Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. There is no question in my mind, based upon my examination of the defendant, that he treated this money as a loan. Despite the fact that he claims in his answer that it was a gift, he treated it as a loan because, according to him, he made payments. He made payments in September. He made payments in October. Isn't that what you just said to me? Well, even though you said voluntarily.
Right. But none of it was an agreement throughout the month.
Listen to me. Baloney. If you made payments, that is indicia that you treated your credit card as a second holder for your company expenses. Many of these, the most substantial of these, are company expenses. You treated them as a loan because you paid him back. There came a time when you stopped paying on the credit card. On what day did you stop paying on the credit card, sir?
I think when I left, when we split.
Why?
Tom gave these things to me. I voluntarily gave him the checks on a month-to-month basis.
All right, let me ask you this question, Mr. Meyerowitz.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you honestly believe that Mr. Long, had you not paid him back as you got these checks for reimbursement from your company, would have continued to allow you to use the credit card?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. There were many
Well, why
threats
would you
throughout the whole
think,
time.
Mr. Meyerowitz,
Mhm.
not only were you getting substantial monies back from your company, you expect him to pay the bill and you get reimbursed and you put the money in your pocket so that you get extra money. Is that what you're telling me? And that the money that he advanced you on his credit card, sort of like additional salary to you.
Right.
Is that what you're claiming? Is that what you're claiming? I just want to know your position. That he was giving you this money and he was saying to you, you can keep the checks that you get from the company to cover your cell phone and your hotels and your meals and your client entertaining. You keep that because I want you to have that extra money. That's what your position is.
Right. I'm not.
Oh, I'm getting too old for this. Wrong! All right, now let's deal with the trip to Europe. Let me hear about the trip to Europe.
Well, I had a lot of Sky Miles points, and I had told Dan if he paid $500 worth of the entire trip, I would pay for everything else. And he paid about $100.
When did he pay the $100 towards the trip?
Probably on his own credit card when he was paying for a dinner or something.
You mean on your credit card?
No, actually on his own this time.
Oh, it's hard to use your own when you have somebody else's.
I didn't even have my own.
Whatever. But what expenses did you actually incur for him in Europe? You used your points to get there.
I have that right here for you.
These aren't $500 worth of expenses.
There was also cash involved.
I mean, we're talking about a couple of meals, $31, $7.47,
Two plane
$9.99.
Well, it doesn't cost $500 to fly to Europe. It costs considerably more.
You used your points.
But I had to pay for some of it also.
Where
I
is
only
that?
had so many points.
Where? Show me where.
I don't have that right now.
Well,
It
now
was
is the time
very-
to have it. We don't have it later. Later is no good. We can't do approximates, okay? So I am deducting that from your total claim, leaving a balance of $2,439.
Actually, I have checks which are on a canceled account, and I also have...
So what does that have to do with anything? I am awarding you everything except the travel expenses. So what difference does it make if you've got canceled checks? I do not believe, Mr. Meyerowitz,
Because it actually
that this
cost
was
me $2,800 and whatever the $330, or it cost me that amount of money.
I just looked at this. This doesn't come to $400. And even if it did come to $400, the expenses for going out to eat, et cetera, have to be cut in half because you ate too, I assume. You didn't
Correct.
say you go eat and I'm going to go eat. Don't
That was
push your luck,
really a
Mr.
cheap
Long.
trip to Europe.
He is responsible for all of his expenses that he made on the credit card. I find that they were not gifts. I find that his payments were not voluntary. I find that he agreed to pay you for those, and that he did, in fact, pay you for some until the relationship terminated. So I am awarding you that part of your claim, which is $2,439. I am not awarding you the money for the trip. Judgment for the plaintiff.
574 on the calendar in the matter of Godinez versus Pena. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Sir, have a seat, please.
Ms. Godinez, according to your complaint, you had a car, an old Cadillac, and you wanted to have it refurbished. You brought it to the defendant, came up with a price. 8 months later, he returned the car. He hadn't fixed it. You say it was severely damaged while in his care. You want him to pay all the money that it cost you to fix the car.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of a mechanic do you leave a car with for 8 months?
I had contacted him on numerous occasions, and he was always very irate or would hang up on me. Or
So you go get your car?
I didn't feel comfortable until I had someone to go with me to go get my car.
That took 8 months?
No, it only took about 5 months.
I mean, I've had cars all my life. If I bring it to a mechanic, they don't have it fixed in 10 days, 2 weeks. I go and I get it. So there has to be something more to the story. Sir, is there something wrong with you? Stand still!
Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. I'm a very nervous person, and I have a nervous tick. I'm sorry. I have a therapist, and I'll show you my thing. I have on medication, so I have...
That wasn't a nervous tick. That was, look, you're getting yelled at.
No. Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
apologize.
That's exactly what it was. Don't give me nervous tick.
All right, it was worth the try. Sorry, ma'am. I apologize.
That's better. How did you know him?
We dated from 1993 to 1995.
And did you remain friends with him until after 1995?
Yes, ma'am. When we saw each other, we were
All right.
friends
And what
with each other.
financial arrangement did you make with him with regard to fixing this car?
We finally came to the agreement I would pay him $200 now, and then when I sold the car, I would pay him the rest of the money that would cost to repair the car. He never called me to tell me what he was going to do to the car, what he found on the car, or what he repaired on the car.
Do you have a picture of the car before?
Not before. I didn't know he was going to do that much damage to the
Well,
car.
I don't know how much damage you
And
did.
I
Let me
actually
see
have
the-
a lot of the photos here if you'd like to see of what the car looked like when I came back. And I actually had to have the car towed to another automotive shop. And this is the owner of that automotive shop. He saw the damages to the car. And
Well, he doesn't know when the damage has happened. That's the problem.
But I took my car to his shop from 93 to 98, and he knows how I always brought it to him.
Where did you keep this car, sir?
It was at my property, at my business.
What kind of business?
A paint and body shop.
Well, who was using this car to nap in?
No, actually, it was sitting in the back of my shop, and this is the second time I'd worked on her car. The first time, she had hit a person in the front, and she brought it over, and she's like, well, as soon as I saw that, you know, if I knew Frankie's going to fix it for free. And I was like, and it's like, all right, I'll fix it. You know, hopefully she'll never come back again. I never charged her. I just, you know.
Why didn't you return this car to her, sir, after a month, and when you saw that it was...
Because she wanted me to fix her car for free, and I said, just come and pick up her vehicle. I said, just get it and get it out of here.
Listen to me carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
You are not receiving me, sir.
Okay. I'm going to listen.
Why didn't you call her? You take a look at the car. You say, I can't fix this car for a couple of $100. Come and get your car. Why didn't you do that?
That's what I did, ma'am.
You did?
Yes,
you called
ma'am.
her and said, come and get
Yes,
your car?
I said.
When?
He never called me.
When?
It was like maybe a week when I looked at it, diagnosed it, figured out what was the problem, because it was not just one problem. It was the air conditioning compressor. Then...
No, try looking at me, Mr. Pena.
Well, actually, I was...
Try looking at me.
Okay, I was just...
Not the sky, me.
Okay.
When did you call her and tell her to come and get the car?
That would be May 7th, 2000. 1 week after she brought the vehicle in, and I
You're
said,
so full of baloney.
I'm just,
Now, May 7th. What time?
Wait.
Just what time of the day on May 7th?
probably in the evening because that's when
Probably
I
in the
do-
evening. Was it between 6 and 8 in the evening?
I would say 6 to 8 because that's when I usually do my business.
Do you love this?
He's smooth, very smooth.
You think so?
I'm not trying to be any smooth or anything like that, ma'am.
I didn't
I
drop-
take a polygraph test too, ma'am, and I will do it as God's my
Oh.
savior. I did not do anything like that. And I
didn't
know
ask
it's
you whether
it's
you did anything
inadmissible.
like that, sir. I asked you when you called her
I just told
to come
you.
and get the car.
I
May
told you.
7th, the year 2000, between 6 and 8 at night.
That's-
Now, is that as truthful as
That's
you're going
as truthful as I can get to where I can recollect, ma'am.
Isn't he wonderful?
He's good.
He's not in that receiving mode. Somehow,
Well, I'm trying. Let me put
Well-
my receiving mode. I apologize. I don't mean to be condescending. I'm
maybe it's
trying.
your tick.
Oh, God. I wish it was.
Uh-huh. Boy, listen.
I don't remember the exact date.
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not getting him to pay for your whole car's repair. Forget it. You have a certain responsibility. And your responsibility is that when you bring a car to a mechanic to be fixed, and if the mechanic does not deliver your car back to you within a reasonable period of time, you don't stand there and tell a judge, I felt threatened by going to pick it up. That's baloney. Baloney. You get a police officer if you feel threatened, and you say, I'm going to pick up my car, but the guy's a little bit of a lunatic, so I want somebody to come with me, and you go get your car 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. The truth is, you didn't need the car.
I had another car.
You didn't need the car.
I did want to sell it.
You didn't need the car. So it was sitting there, and when he got around to it, he would take care of it. So you have a certain responsibility that you leave your car for either 5 months or 8 months at his shop. It's laying out there on a lot someplace. You don't think people are going to sit in the car, throw cigarette butts on the car, make a mess of it?
It was locked in his gate, he told me.
I understand that it's inside gated property. There are people who work there, aren't there?
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
Of course. When she brought the car to you, were there burns all over and with the inside, the interior of the car all shredded?
It was damaged, yes, ma'am.
It's not what I asked you.
It was shredded and it was burnt.
Where?
Right on top of the visor, where on the left side, driver's side, there was a fire from the light. It burnt that.
Right.
And then the back seats with the leather interior, it was shredded and stuff like that. Also, the front left side, it was torn up there. And then the compressor was damaged, needed...
Well, the compressor she already said wasn't working.
Yeah.
He actually converted the AC system in 1999.
Just a second, he converted on this car?
Yes, ma'am, in 1999.
Oh, so he had worked on this car before?
Yes, ma'am.
To your satisfaction?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Well, the outside of the car looks just fine, with the exception of an antenna which looks bent. On the inside, the car looks as if someone's been smoking in there and dropped matches on the floor.
The computer component was hanging by its wires. I know he was looking for the short that was in the car. He left the undercarriage in the back seat. He left all the wires hanging. He left all the bolts on the floor. He didn't put it back in the same condition I'd left it.
You the mechanic?
Yes, ma'am.
Step up here. I want to ask you just a couple of questions. The inside of the car, as far as the exterior of the car was concerned, other than the antenna, the car was pretty clean. A couple of dents, but this car is a dozen years old already,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So it's the inside of the car that was a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
What about the inside of the car was a problem?
Well, I mean, when I looked at it, I mean, of course, the first thing you look at is the exterior because it's dusty and stuff. But when you open it up, and like she was explaining, the ECM, the harness, and other accessories and stuff were hanging down from it.
And how much would it cost to put the accessories back in a condition that was appropriate?
As far as the accessory, I mean, it's not so much cost, it's just a matter of time. Maybe
So,
15, 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes to
Yes.
put all the guts back that he had
Yes,
taken
ma'am.
out.
Yes, ma'am.
And everything else you just fixed
Yeah,
on the car.
we traced the short down and actually fixed
And
some
fixed
of
it.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you come to ask him for $2,700?
It cost me $350 from his shop to get the car running back, because when I got the car back, it had no dash lights. It would hardly turn over. By the time I went back, the car was dead and had to have it towed to his shop. Couldn't even drive it. And so I had to pay his shop just to get it functioning again so I could sell it. I never had the compressor fixed.
Listen to
and
me.
They did.
Listen to me. I
Yes,
asked you
ma'am.
a question. You're talking very fast.
Sorry.
He said it took him 15 or 20 minutes to put the guts back in the car that he left hanging out. I'm not saying he's terrific.
One of the
But
things-
you want $2,331.17, and I'm asking you for
I
what?
have a list of items here if you'd like to
For
see it.
what?
They also found that the diode, some electrical piece on the compressor, was never put on the compressor in 1999, which was causing the short in
Let
the
me
car.
explain something to you.
I'm not going back to 1999. Forget it. Your complaint was that you left the car there within 5 months, and because of the damage that he did to the car, it cost you $2,331, which is not true.
But I never knew what he was going to do to the car. He was always telling me, call me next week, call me next week, call me next week.
Go and get your car. Be a grown-up.
I have...
Defamation. That's what you're countersuing for. Defamation. Let me hear it fast, in 30 seconds or less.
Yes, ma'am. Background check, State Attorney General, Better Business Bureau. 2 of them were a company, since 5 years in business, 0 complaints.
Well, she complained about you, sir. She's allowed to complain about you.
I know, but she was telling everybody about me. She was saying I didn't do my company.
Just a second. Who did she complain to?
Chef at Aldo's.
Did you have that witness here?
No.
Well, you can't. Just a second.
Okay.
You can't tell me what she said to somebody else. That's hearsay.
Yes, okay.
What else?
Had a nervous breakdown.
I'm not interested in that. I mean, it's not that I'm disinterested in it,
Well,
sir, but
that's
it's
fine.
not relevant to this case.
I have my awards and stuff like this, and the way you had said it, like, we don't have that etiquette, like you just said, you know, dirty, musty stuff like that, ma'am. The way I portray my company is like, this is my uniform.
Mr. Pena.
We're not like
Mr.
that,
Pena,
ma'am.
are you finished with the defamation part of your counterclaim?
No, I'm finished with that, ma'am.
Good,
You
wonderful.
Can take it.
Wonderful. Ms. Godinez, you have not established to my satisfaction that other than the 15 or 20 minutes that it took this gentleman to put the work back together, that he did anything to your car in the 5 months but just let it lay there.
But he took it apart. I mean, he took it apart. He never found the short, and there was no, because it stayed there on his property, it no longer had any dash lights. It no longer had any...
Go and get it! That's what you do.
But I didn't leave it in that condition when I left it with him.
How much did you charge her for the 15 or 20 minutes that it took to put this stuff
can I
back
explain
together
something
again?
real
No,
quick?
just answer my question. How much did you charge her for the 15 or 20 minutes?
$315.14. But
For
you've
15
also got almost $200 worth of parts here, too. When the vehicle was actually brought in, the reason it was brought in, it was because it had no air conditioning.
That's not what I'm here for, sir. She's here because she says that he was negligent in allowing her car to be vandalized in some way in the time that it was sitting in his lot. And I said to her, why didn't you go and get your car? You know, a car sits on a lot. You have cars on lots. What happens when a car sits on your lot and nothing's happening to it 5-6 months?
Well, it depends on the customer who wants to claim the vehicle. Most of the time, they just leave them.
Yeah.
So you put a lien on it, you sell the car.
Right. And so what do you do with the car? You go and start it every couple of days?
No, ma'am.
No, of course not. Just let it lay there.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Roxana Godinez says her ex-boyfriend, Frank Pena, damaged her car while trying to repair it. Frank says the car was already in bad shape.
So I'm going to ask you again. He left some stuff out.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said to me, it took you 15 or 20 minutes to put that stuff back in. So I'm asking you, how much did you charge her for that part of your bill? Because he's responsible for that. Maybe. If I could make him not responsible, I would. He's really irritating me. What did you charge for an hour's worth of labor?
$61.27.
Okay. Is he going to his wallet?
No, I was going to adjust it over here.
Oh, I thought you were going to your wallet to give her $60.
No, not at all.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $60. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
When you walk to my shop, I dress like that. And that's an owner of a shop like that. And look how he dresses. And that's his Sunday best, see? Yeehaw!
He knows exactly what he did wrong. I'm sure if you listen to him for a little while, you realize he has no content when he speaks.
Chop, chop, chop.
And now the next case.
All parties on Emmanuel versus Costa. Step forward, please.
52-year-old writer Sheila Emanuel is suing 43-year-old store owner Norman Cosser for the cost to replace her raincoat. Sheila says while shopping in Norman's store, her coat was burned by a candle.
Miss Emanuel, according to your complaint, you passed by the defendant's shop, which is a boutique-y kind of shop, and you saw a picture frame that you liked in the window?
Yes.
You went in to purchase it. There was someone helping you, not the defendant.
That's correct.
This is your store.
Yes,
but
it
the
is.
person who was helping you was an employee.
Yes.
And when you were looking at the frame or paying for it, you placed your coat down on the counter and smelled something burning. When you picked up your coat, you had placed your coat on top of a lit candle that was on the counter.
Not quite. I didn't smell anything burning.
You saw smoke?
Yes, the cashier smelled something burning.
Okay. And your coat was burned?
Yes.
And you want him to pay for the coat?
Yes.
How many candles were burning in the shop?
When I went into the counter after I picked out the frame, I saw on the counter a fat pink unlit new candle, and I saw a metal cylindrical, looked like a tall can. I looked around for some place to put my things. I didn't see any place to put things down, so I put my bag on the floor. And I asked Michael, the cashier, if it would be okay to put my coat on the counter because there were items lying there, and he said, sure. We started writing the transaction up, and about 30 seconds later, he asked me, did I smell something burning? Then I glanced to my right, and I saw that my coat was smoldering. So I pulled it off the counter. There were papers in the pocket that were on fire. Michael took them from me, and he was stamping them out on his side of the counter, and I was stamping out the fire in my coat on my side of the counter.
So your coat was burned?
Yes.
Well, what did you put it on?
I put it on the counter over the cylindrical metal can and the unlit pink candle. When I pulled off the coat, after we put out the fire, he said to me, Michael said, oh my God.
Don't tell me what Michael said. Okay. Michael's not here.
Okay. I found out there was a lit candle in the recessed container after I pulled my coat off the counter.
Why do you think he's responsible for that?
I was told to put my coat on the counter by Michael when I saw no other place to put it. And I was unable to see the lit candle in the recessed container.
Well, how high is the counter?
About this high.
So all you have to do is look inside.
It was back at that end, and it was tall. And the candle was not at the top. It had burnt down.
Go ahead. Your turn.
She came into my store.
Did you witness anything?
No, I came out. I
Well,
think
where's your employee? Where's Michael?
Michael's working. He's not being sued, Your Honor.
Mr.
I'm
Costa,
being sued.
I understand that. You're the one who's being sued. But you have to have your witness here. You didn't witness anything. I mean, how are you going to respond to her?
I have pictures of the counter as
Okay.
well as the candle in question.
Let me see.
Is it much better view?
Is this the candle you were talking about?
No, it is not.
See, you have a problem, Mr. Casa. When I read this complaint, I said, it's very straightforward. Miss Emanuel says she walked into your shop, she put her coat down, she wasn't looking what she was doing. So I was prepared to tell Miss Emanuel, you got to be more careful. But you're a businessman. And I assume that, in court you can't use hearsay, you have to have a witness. Your witness was here. He would be able to tell me if this was the candle that was on the counter. She says it was not. So what are you handing me this candle for?
Because I took a picture of the counter and of the candle
Oh,
to
yeah,
show
when?
it to you.
When?
I took it yesterday.
I don't care what it looked like yesterday. Yesterday is not important. When did this happen?
February 22nd.
February 22nd is important. I don't care what your counter looked like yesterday. And you don't know what the candle was that was on the counter at all.
I work in the store daily.
That's why we need your witness.
She should have sued.
Do I scare you?
She should have sued my employee.
Oh, she can't sue your employee, Mr. Costa. Don't be smart-mouthed with me. You know she's not going to sue your employee. Your employee is your agent. That's why she sues the store. And ordinarily, Miss Emanuel, I would throw you out, but I must take everything that you say is true because he has no witness to dispute it. That you were told to put your coat down. There was a larger cylindrical container that obstructed your view that there was something burning inside. You couldn't see it because it was tall and metal, and it was really a hidden danger. You were not advised. So you get your money. $280 was the coat?
Yes.
Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Why does that excuse? You may step out.
I was in the back room.
Trujillo.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Why don't you folks have a seat?
You are?
Lydia Calderon, Monica's mother.
Okay, but you don't know anything about this case particularly, do you?
No.
Except that the car belonged to you.
Belongs to both of us.
Are you both on the title?
Yes.
Why don't you sit down for a moment? You're Monica?
Yes.
This was your boyfriend?
Yes.
How long was he your boyfriend?
For about 3 years.
Monica, you say that he broke your cell phone and vandalized your car.
Yes.
He says he didn't do it. So tell me when he vandalized your car.
It was like about 1:30, and he showed up at my house.
1:30
in the
on what
morning.
On what date?
July 28th.
Where were you?
I was at home.
Who else was at home?
My sister.
It was 1:30 a.m. Do you live with your sister?
Yes, I do.
What does your sister do for a living?
She works at Premier Real Estate. She's
And
a
what do you do?
receptionist.
What do you do?
I'm a cashier.
Where?
At Rite Aid.
How long have you been working there?
In October, it'll be a year.
Mr. Trujillo,
Yes.
what do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a tattoo artist.
You work for yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
What does that mean?
I'm not working at a shop right now.
So where do you work from?
Out of my house.
Are you licensed?
No.
Do you have to be licensed where you live?
No.
Where do you live?
I live in California.
And in California, you don't need a license to give somebody a tattoo with a
No, you
needle?
don't.
That's a big mistake, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you need a license to give somebody a pedicure,
Yeah.
but not to give somebody a tattoo.
No.
You sure about that?
I'm positive about that.
Anyway, you make a living at this?
Yeah.
Well, especially since you have no overhead.
What's that? No what? No.
Overhead.
Overhead? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was over my head. Sorry.
Unfortunately, Mr. Trujillo, that was true.
Right. Sorry about that.
All right, Miss Vasquez, why don't you tell me about what happened on the 28th of July?
Okay, he showed up at my house and he knocked on my window. I came out of my room and I went to the garage because he went around the house. And I had told him to leave because my sister did not want him around her house.
Why did he come there?
He was...
He said you called him.
No, I did not call him.
You say in your papers, sir, that you went over to the house at 1:30 on July 28th because she called you.
Yeah, we had been talking.
No. Because she called you on July 28th. That's
Okay.
why you said you went over there, right?
Right.
And how did she call you? On your cell phone?
Yeah.
Do you have your cell phone records?
No. I'm sure if I went and got them, I could bring them back to you. I mean, if you wanted to, another
We
date
don't
or
do
something.
do-overs here, Mr. Trujillo. What we do is, when you're coming to court, you're supposed to be prepared. You know what it's like, Mr. Trujillo? You do tattooing
Yeah.
in your house.
Right.
Let's say you made an appointment with somebody who's going to get a really big tattoo. They were going to pay a whole lot of money
Yeah.
for the tattoo. And let's say they arrived and they sat down for you to do the tattoo and you forgot to buy ink.
Right. Yeah, it's happened a couple times.
That's what it's like, Mr. Trujillo, when you come here without evidence.
Yeah, I understand.
With just your good looks and tattoo. That's what happens. You're supposed to bring evidence, bring proof. So we have no proof that she called you to arrive at her house
Right.
1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And so you went outside and you told him to disappear.
Yes.
And what happened?
And by that time, my sister had came out because she heard the knock because our rooms are right next door. And she had went out and told him to leave her house because she was going to call the cops.
Why was she going to call the police?
Because the incident with the phone.
Oh, so the incident with the phone happened first?
Yes.
And that happened about a month before?
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay, I was at work, and I get out of work at 10, and he showed up at my work, so I left.
Had you not been seeing each other?
No.
Right.
And I left my work, and he followed me down the street, and he was telling me to pull over, and he was next to me in my car. And so I pulled over because he was coming closer to my car, and he had said that if I didn't pull over, he would go to my house and, break windows. And so I pulled over, and he had got my phone to check it for what, I don't know, we weren't together. And I was telling him to give me back my phone, and he was like, "You want your phone?" So he cracked it in half and gave it to me. And so...
Had he been drinking?
Yes, he had a beer in his car.
Who else was in the car?
He was by himself that night.
You got to get a job out of the house, Mr. Trujillo.
Okay.
Listen to me, sir. First, I want you to tell me who these people are that you brought with you to court today.
I brought my dad to court with me today and my brother Fabian. This is my dad, Johnny, and Fabian is Silo.
Yeah, and you all live together?
No.
Do you live alone?
No, I live with my uncle.
Why?
Because my dad has recently moved, and he had moved in with someone else, and there wasn't enough room, so I actually went to live with my uncle.
And where does your brother live?
With his grandpa.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
How old is your brother?
19.
Who did your father move in with?
His girlfriend.
Was there a time you were all living together?
At one time, yeah.
When was the last time you lived together with your father?
About 2 months ago, I lived with my dad in Visalia.
And your brother also lived with your father?
No. My brother has always lived with his grandpa in Tulare.
Did you break her phone?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Well, tell me what happened, Mr. Trujillo.
Me and Monica had been seeing each other before this incident with the cell phone happened. We had been talking, and we had been texting each other, and she had told me that she got out of work at 10 o'clock, and that if I wanted to see her after work. And I said, okay, cool. I had the car, so I said, okay, I'll meet you at Taco Bell. So we went, and we met at Taco Bell parking lot, and we were there. Everything was fine. We were talking, hugging. Everything was cool. And then a call comes through on my phone. And when a call comes through on my phone, it was a ringtone, as, you know, the ringtones, like I know you've heard them, like the lovey-dovey ringtones, like you know what I mean, like the guy and girl together ringtones. You know what I'm talking about or no? Like, I mean, I could sing one.
Special song or something.
Like, I mean, I could sing one for you, if you want me to sing one. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, at the time when that had happened, we were both kind of looking at each other because I was already like, okay, you know, something's wrong, I messed up. So Monica had...
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that time, Monica had snatched my phone out of my hand. And when that had happened, she snatched my phone, and I reached for it back. We kind of got into an argument, a little conflict, you know what I mean? And
Who was calling you, Mr. Trujillo?
just a friend.
Boyfriend or a girlfriend?
It was a girlfriend.
The timing was really terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't expected.
It was messed up.
Yeah, it was at the right time. So when that had happened, I was leaning up against my car, and Monica had thrown my phone at me. But when she had thrown my phone at me, somehow, and you can tell she has little hands. I don't know how she had both phones in her hand, but when she had thrown it at me, my phone rolled over the car, the hood of the car, and her phone hit my car and broke. However it broke, it was snapped in half, and that's basically what happened.
When he met you at Taco Bell, had you told him that you were going to be out of work at 10 o'clock?
No, he called my work around 10, and he said, I was around the corner. He goes, I'll be there right now. And I was like, I'm going home, I'm leaving. And at that point, my boss had opened the doors to let me leave earlier than everybody else, because I had told him. And when I got in my car to leave, he was already at the corner, and that's when he just followed me.
You think if I called her boss would say that they opened the door and let her out a little early?
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
And I understand that there were other people with him.
His father and his brother.
Two geniuses.
And they were all drinking.
Well, they can't live together, so at least they can drink together. I guess that's what family's all about.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 18-year-old Monica Vasquez claims ex-boyfriend Lyndon Trujillo owes for kicking her car and smashing it with trash cans. Monica also claims Lyndon destroyed her cell phone.
What's your boss's name?
David Centeno.
Give me his number.
It's my phone, and my phone is out there.
The Rite Aid number, 67816. There you go.
7816? Now, Mr. Trujillo.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
When somebody tells me a lie once, I tend to disbelieve everything that they say, especially when I have to get my rather sizable keister off this chair and go in the back to make a telephone call. Do you understand?
Oh, yes.
Now, I am prepared to do that.
Okay.
Unless you want to revise your version of the cell phone events.
No, ma'am. No, not at all.
Okay, so let's call Mr. David, because he doesn't have any clue that I might be calling him. He is going to tell me whether or not he let her out early because you were going to come over.
Right.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
Yes, is David Centeno there, please? David, this is Judge Judy Sheindlin. How are you? Good, thank you. David, I have a question for you. I'm here trying a case with Monica Vasquez. And I want you to think back to some time around the end of June of this year, in the evening when she was leaving. There was an incident with her boyfriend when he called the store. Do you remember that? Could you tell me what happened, please, David? Mm-hmm. Okay. Wonderful. David, you're a very, very nice man for speaking to me. I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Boss is a very nice gentleman. Mr. Trujillo, I suggest you spend a little less time tattooing and piercing yourself and a little more time honing your truthful skills, sir. Honing your truthful skills. Ask your father what that means. Honing your truthful skills, sir.
Oh, okay.
Because Mr. Centeno says that he remembers the evening very well. You would call the store. You said, I'm going to get down there before the store closes. They let her leave early, and they stood there to watch her get in her car and take off before you got there because she had already broken up with you, and she was afraid about what was going to happen if you got there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So now I believe very little, sir, of what you're going to tell me. So now he owes you a cell phone. Now I want you to tell me what happened when he vandalized your car.
Okay, that was the night he showed up at my window.
That's correct.
Okay.
And you came out, you told him to leave. Sister came out, and you told him to leave. And I understand that there were other people with him.
His father and his brother.
Two geniuses.
Yes. And they were all drinking.
Two geniuses. Well, they can't live together, so at least they can drink together. I guess that's what family's all about. Go ahead.
And my sister had told his dad to keep him away from her house. And his dad didn't really understand what was happening because Lyndon didn't let him know about the night with the cell phone. So he didn't understand why my sister was...
I think if there wasn't a cell phone, his father wouldn't have understood. Go ahead.
So after that, my sister had told him she was going to call the cops and get a restraining order on him. And at that time, Lyndon was mad because his dad had told me, well, then I don't want her calling him or at my house. And I had said, I haven't called your son and I haven't been to your house. And at that time, Lyndon had got mad and they were drinking. So he kind of like pushed my sister. And at that time, when he got angry, my sister ran to the house to call the cops. And at that time, I had ran back to the house too because he was still mad. And he followed me to the garage door on the side of the house. And when I closed the door and locked it, I could feel him trying to open it. And at that time, he just went to the front of the garage where my car was parked. And I heard a loud noise. And at that time, I had lifted the garage door up because my sister had came out. And we seen him leave the side of my car and get into his dad's car. And the two trash cans were against my car, laying against my car.
You have pictures of
Yes,
the car?
I do.
I'd like to take a look at it. Outrageous. When did you purchase this car?
Last year in November.
Bought it yourself?
My mom helped me.
Who pays for it?
I do.
Paid the insurance too?
Mm-hmm.
Stand up next to him. You came here, you might as well stand up here. What were you doing out with your son at 1:30 in the morning?
We had went to the club.
What club?
El Presidente.
What were you doing at the club?
Dancing.
And drinking?
I was, yes.
With whom?
Females.
All different kinds?
Pretty much, yeah.
So if you were dancing and drinking with a whole bunch of females, you weren't watching what your two sons were doing.
Actually, he was on his cell phone the whole time we were there, text messaging and back and forth. And I went to him and asked him, who are you texting? And he said, Monica. So,
And that's what he said to you?
yeah.
That's what he said to you, but you don't know that that's true.
No, but
If I may, Your Honor?
Yeah.
The day before the cell phone incident had occurred,
Yeah.
she came to my house, and my dad was coming up from work, and she was coming downstairs. I was walking her down to her car. And that's why I don't understand really how it could go from her being upstairs in my house and me and her being together in a relationship or working things out, and then to...
Well, were you working things out or were you in a relationship, sir?
No, we're working things out to be in a relationship.
So what did you go there at 1:30 in the morning for?
Because we had been texting each other. We had been texting and talking to each other, and...
Did she invite you there?
Yeah, I had her on speakerphone because I was the designated driver.
Yeah, she had told him.
Yeah, she was in the car. She knew that the speakerphone wasn't on.
That her sister was asleep, the kids were gone, for him to go over there and visit to see her.
And what were you going to do?
I just sat in the car because I was drinking.
And what about him?
He was in the back seat.
So the two of you were just going to sit there in the back seat of the car,
Well,
in the
actually,
front seat
yeah.
of the car, while he went inside to visit with his girlfriend?
They didn't go inside. They stayed outside in the driveway.
Fine. So he goes over to see Monica, and how did her car get dented?
When we got there, Monica had stepped outside. She was walking towards her car. We pulled up, and she went like this, like waved us over there. We all three got out of the car, walked over. She showed us a dent on her car and said that she had got into an accident with a motorcyclist. And me and her made a few comments back and forth because I had just recently wrecked my Harley. And I had told her, So anyways, we said a few statements back and forth. And then me and Fabian went back and got back in the car. They stayed there talking, hugging, kissing until Marie came outside. And Monica flipped the whole script when Marie came outside. Because she was upset.
Were you at his house the day before?
No, I was not.
Yeah, you was.
No, I was not.
Yeah, you was.
No, I was not.
When you send a text message, could you save those things?
They stay for 14 days.
Huh?
You can lock them.
Save them, right?
Yes, you can.
Show me.
Your Honor, I don't have my phone with me. I don't have any proof right now, Your Honor, so it's...
Why don't you, sir?
Because I came unprepared. I came on intentions of knowing that what I know is true.
Is everything that you said just now as truthful as you went over to the store the end of June, invited by her to come over to the store?
What, to her store, Rite Aid?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go to Rite Aid.
Oh, no.
No, I said I went to Taco Bell. I drove to Taco Bell. She was at Rite Aid when we had talked on her.
Why would you think, Mr. Trujillo, that she would say to her boss, concerned, I just want to get out of here before he comes over, and the boss distinctly remembers all the employees watching her get into the car to make sure she was safe and leave.
But I wasn't in her parking lot, though.
I don't care whether you were in a parking lot or not, sir. Why do you think the boss would remember that?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't disagree with the boss, no. I'm not saying that. She got in her car, but I'm saying what I'm trying to tell you, though, is that I did not go into her parking lot.
No, what you said, Mr. Trujillo, was that you had an appointment to meet in Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And that, sir, is a lie. That, sir, is a lie.
That we met in Taco Bell?
It is a lie that you had an appointment to meet at Taco Bell. Because when she heard from you, she asked her boss if she could take off because she was concerned about her safety. They all watched her leave.
Then why would she have pulled into Taco Bell if she knew that she could have got away from me?
I don't know what you were doing, sir. And I don't know what your drunken father was doing or your drunken brother was doing on the night this happened with the car. I have no clue. All I know is, sir, you lied to me once, and you also don't know the law in the jurisdiction where you live because you're required to have a license to tattoo. Sir.
Okay.
And what is your address?
My address right now?
Where you're doing the tattooing?
In a house. On
What is the address?
I don't know my address. I just know it's on Bradley Street. I've only been there like a month, 2 months, so I don't know the address. I don't get mail there.
Did you make more than 3 children or
Only
just 3?
Only 3.
Only 3. So far you got 2 losers, right? 1,
I don't consider
2.
them losers, but...
Well, so far they haven't done anything to make you proud.
Sure they have.
I don't see
I
it.
graduated high school. That made me proud.
Oh, my God. My God, that's like the 8th wonder of the world.
That's an accomplishment in this family.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
You got to do something with it once you graduate from high school.
Yes, I totally agree.
So pleased that you agree with me.
am.
I've been looking forward all year for a person of your stature to agree with me. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $950. That's all. Goodbye.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
I've read your complaint, which alleges that the defendant breached a written contract that you had with her for child care. At some point, she terminated your services, you say, without good cause. She owes you some money. And in addition, she filed false charges against you with Child Protective Services, which required them to investigate your home, investigate whether or not you should continue to be licensed as a child care provider.
Yes,
Ms. Linton says that she took her children out of your care because you placed them in a situation that could have been dangerous. And she is counterclaiming for the potential harm that you did to her children. So when did she take the children out of your care?
On the 1st of July.
Tell me what monies you allege she owes you.
I'm alleging she owes me all that is paid through the county. She called me and gave me a 2-week notice and didn't fulfill it.
She gave you 2 weeks' notice when?
The day after in question. I guess it would be the 2nd of July.
On or about July 1st?
Well, may I tell you a little bit previously? Because I had not been keeping her kids. The end of school had come. And so we started making arrangements again for me to start keeping her children again. Miss Linton leaves her children home alone. I only was keeping her youngest son.
Shh. Don't interrupt her. I just want to know what happened on 7/1.
Okay. The day in question, I picked her children up.
How many children?
I picked all 4 of them up.
How old are they?
They're 13, 9, 6, and 1.
Is that your son?
Yes.
How old are you?
12.
Is that the one that you said was 13?
Yes, I was told he was 13.
You're 12?
Yes.
12, 9, 6, and 1?
12, 8, 6, and 1.
Okay. Go ahead. So you picked up her children, 4 children.
I picked up her children, and the day in question, I had a class I have to take. There are certain requirements through the county that you have to take classes. So I had a class. Lori McMillan's a friend of mine, and I have her watch them. She's watched her kids many times before.
Is Miss McMillan a licensed daycare provider?
No.
Are you permitted under your contract with the state to leave the children with unlicensed daycare providers?
Yes.
You are?
That I'm aware of.
No.
I've never...
Shh. Listen, I don't need any help, and this isn't a tea dance. Not that you're aware of.
Not that I'm not aware of, exactly.
Okay. So, Ms. Burks, did you have to take classes in order to be a child care provider?
Yes.
Did they do a background check?
Yes.
Criminal background check. They did fingerprinting?
Yep.
Photographing?
Yep.
So you went through a process before the government says we will pay you money to watch children.
To get my license, you go through that process.
That's right. To get your license as a child care provider, you must go through this process.
Yes, ma'am.
She didn't go through the process.
Okay.
So nobody has to tell you that she's not permitted to take care of the children.
No.
I'm telling you that unless you are vetted by the state so that you can get a license, you can't give over the care of 4 children to somebody else.
I understand that now.
Good. What happened next?
Well, I haven't even gotten to the beginning of that day because I would like to tell you the whole day.
I want you to tell me what happened when you left the children in a car. That's what this is all about.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
Well, then get there.
Okay. On the day of question, I picked her children up. I went to the county building, had some paperwork to drop off for my father. I take care of my father, who is terminally ill, dying of cancer. After that, I went and picked up Gloria McMillan to watch the children for me. On the way home, I stopped past the party store. Getting out of the car, I said, guys, you guys wait right here. I'm going to run in the party store real quick, let my daughter pick out her party invitations. And we proceeded into the store. I left her children in the car. And on my way out of the car...
Where was she?
She went into the store to speak to a friend of hers that worked at the register in the store.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 2 now.
The daughter who was picking out the party invitations?
Yeah. I have a very bright 2-year-old.
Just a second.
What 2-year-old would be in them?
I'll give you this last opportunity. Then you're going out. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So let me understand this. First, you went to take care of some business for your father, who you take care of.
Mm-hmm.
And you took the children with you.
Mm-hmm.
Had this lady been watching the children yet?
No, she
that
was
day?
not with me.
Just a second. Who was with the children when you dropped the paperwork off?
I was with the children.
Did they come into the county building with
Actually,
you?
no, they stayed outdoors and played. I never thought any of this to be a problem at all, Miss Linton.
Well, Miss Burks, it's a problem. That's what we're doing now. I'm going over the day.
I understand
I'm going over the day because it's getting worse as we go forward.
No, ma'am, this is already worse. I understand what I did was completely wrong.
Well, if you understand that, then, Miss Burks, I don't quite understand why you're here. Because from what I read in the complaint...
Miss Linton is slandering my name.
Just a second. If what you're telling me is you picked up her children and you had your 2-year-old in the car, you went to the county building.
Mm-hmm.
Did you take your 2-year-old inside with you?
To the county building, yes, ma'am, and her son.
Shh. And her 12-year-old or her 1-year-old?
Her littlest son. They stayed outside and played basketball.
You went inside and you took your 2-year-old and her 1-year-old into the county building. And her other 3 children stayed outside alone.
And played on the playground.
I don't care where they played. They stayed outside alone.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you come back to the car and you went and picked up this lady.
Yes.
And then 2 adults, your daughter, went inside to a store and you left her 4 children in the car, including the 1-year-old.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how long were you in the store?
Maybe 5 minutes.
So that's what the case is about. It was the next day that she called and gave you notice.
Right, but that's not what she called me and said the next day.
What did she call you and say the next day?
She called me on the phone. When I answered, I said, hello. She says, I'm giving you a 2-week notice because you have a problem with my son. I said, no, ma'am, I don't have a problem with your son. Your son is a child. You're a liar.
No, no, no. Listen to me. Miss Linton, don't speak to her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You're a liar.
I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. So far, you have no case.
That's fine. I don't care if I don't have a case.
Good.
She will not sit here on national TV and lie about me. I kept her son overnight, you liar.
And later today,
she owed me the money for the rent. And on top of that, then she steals my boyfriend.
Listen, nobody steals a boyfriend.
They can have each other.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Daycare provider Samantha Burks says former client Lillian Linton owes for breaking their contract. Lillian claims Samantha left her kids unattended in a parked car. She is countersuing for child neglect.
Okay, go ahead.
I said, no, ma'am, I don't have a problem with your son. Your son is a child. Your son has a problem with following adult supervision. And this is not the first incident that I had an issue with her son. I said to her, your children were throwing rocks, and I asked them to stop. When I asked them to stop, her son looked over at me and said, I'm not throwing rocks, just like that, with a handful of rocks. So I said, I'll just call your mom. When I called her on the phone, she said, let me see if I can remember her exact words. They know I don't play that. I'm going to beat their when they get home. I said, okay, I'm just letting you know it's not acceptable in my house. People have nice things around here. I don't want to be responsible for anything that happens. And that was it. We got off the phone. Later that evening, I had to have my father rushed to the hospital. I was under a lot of stress. Her kids were still outdoors, not paying me any mind, not listening to anything I said. And when she got there, you could see the agitation in her face, you know.
Where does your father live?
He lives with me.
Ms. Burks, your plate is too full.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Now, when you accept the responsibility of taking care of someone else's children, you have to take care of them sometimes better than their own parents take care of them.
I did.
No. Listen to me. If you have 5 children
I made a
You're
very
too-
big mistake, and I would never do it again.
You
I've
have
learned my lesson.
5. Listen to me. I'm not even going there. The car, totally, 100% unacceptable. And she had every right to call Child Protective Services and say, you left 4 children in the car, including a 1-year-old child, and I'm complaining about that.
I never said she was wrong about that. What she's wrong about is that she wants to point the finger at me when she's a bad mother herself. She leaves her children home daily.
Miss Burks, listen to me. If we were involved in some other forum, I would say to you, fine, we can vent upon who's a better mother, who's a bad mother, who's a good mother. We're here because you sued her for 2 things. For money for child care and for filing a false report to Child Protective Services. Whether she's a good mother, whether she's a bad mother, whether she's a wicked stepmother, whatever she is, she did the right thing by calling Child Protective Services to report that you had left the children alone. Your plate is very full. When you accept children into your home as a child care provider, you're supposed to do more with those children than just be a body there. You're supposed to play with them. You're supposed to provide them with activity. With
Are you
you.
asking me if I did these
listen
things,
to
or
me.
you just telling me what I'm supposed
What
to
I'm
do?
telling you is, if you have a 2-year-old toddler yourself and a father who is terminally ill with cancer that you're caring for in your home, it is impossible to set up a home, your home, to be an appropriate and adequate child care provider.
Well, Judge Judy, that's your opinion. I disagree. And my father was not diagnosed with lung cancer when I took care of her children. Through the process of taking care of her children, he was diagnosed with lung cancer.
You told me the story, madam. You said I had to drop some papers off for my father who was dying of cancer, who I was also caring for. You told that to me.
But you're saying to me...
I'm saying to
that
you
I
that
have
your
too much
plate
on
was
my
too
plate.
full
In general,
with
or
your
that
own
day?
children. That day.
Okay, yes, ma'am, okay.
That day, that's all you need is one day. That's all you need is one day to miss a child. You know, they missed a couple of children on another coast, and they ended up in the trunk of a car.
I actually investigated myself. There's a lot of bad things that happen to children that get left in cars, and I'm very aware of it.
Absolutely. Ended up in trunks of a car, and they didn't get them in time.
Do it again.
So what
I would never do it again.
So you don't belong in court, Miss Burks?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Miss Linton is going around town saying bad things about me. I am not a bad person.
Just a second. If you have information or witnesses that she's saying anything about you scandalous that have to do with other than your child care abilities, I'll be more than happy to hear witnesses to that.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know what, if she's saying things about you, about your personal life, that you have a disease, that you're a thief.
No, she's just basically in a nutshell saying that I'm a bad person. Her exact words was that I'm not cracked up to all that I'm supposed to be.
Listen to me. That's her opinion. And she can say that, and not all speech is actionable in a court. What you did as a child care provider was wrong, so you have no basis to sue her for either the money that you claim she owes you or for calling Child Protective Services. None. She's got a counterclaim.
Yes, I do.
Your counterclaim is that she left your 4 children in the car.
Yes.
Were any of them hospitalized?
No, they weren't
Just
hospitalized.
listen to me. I have questions. Any of them treated by a physician that day or the next day?
No.
Okay, so they suffered no injury. Who are you?
I had the kids the following day, and the 1-year-old was throwing up 2 to 3 times.
You're a liar. And I have never seen this one before. She did not have the 1-year-old the next day. I kept her son overnight.
I am a licensed.
I kept her son overnight.
I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. So far, you have no case.
That's fine. I don't care if I don't have a case.
Good.
She will not sit here on national TV and lie about me. I kept her son overnight, you liar.
Miss Burks, I've already explained in a calm fashion why I'm dismissing your case.
That's fine.
Miss Linton, you have no counterclaim against her. You have no proof that her actions caused illness to any of your children. You were perfectly within your rights to take them out of her care.
Her illness
and
was
I'm speaking.
nasty.
I'm speaking. And you were perfectly within your rights to call Child Protective Services to report the neglect. Other than that, you have no claim against her because her actions, while they placed your children in potential harm's way, did not cause any injury to your children. Your counterclaim's dismissed.
She puts
That's
her
all.
children
Step
in
out.
harm's way every day.
He's a
when she's
liar.
home alone.
Liar.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
That's it.
Miss Linton is a crackhead that leaves her children home alone.
I do no drugs. I do drink my wine, but I do no drugs. She's a lying. She's just mad.
Miss Linton is a bad woman. She's a lying woman, too.
Oh, she's a liar.
Miss Linton, who goes to church and is a fake Christian, needs to get real with herself.
Y'all better watch out for y'all children, because skanks like her may end up with them.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sams versus Hurst. Step forward.
Donna Sams is suing her former roommate, Barbara Hurst, for unpaid rent. Donna also claims Barbara stole her boyfriend.
Miss Sams, Miss Hurst was your roommate for a period of time, and you both were signatories on the lease.
I am the signatory on the lease, and then when she moved in, I had to sign a notice to change my rent, which raised my rent $800 a month for having a roommate.
Can I see that, please? Thank you. Your complaint alleges that after she moved in, she did pay the rent for a period of time, and then she lost her job.
Right, that's correct.
And you took on additional work responsibilities to cover the rent,
Yeah,
with her promise that she would pay you back. She not only didn't pay you back, but according to you, she has since moved out and moved in with your former boyfriend.
Yeah.
Miss Hurst says that, A, you were finished with the boyfriend before she moved in with him, and second, that she did the chores around the house in exchange for the rent, and there was never an agreement to pay you back.
Chores for the rent?
Shh, just a second. Okay. So I have a few questions.
Okay.
When did this roommate relationship begin?
She moved in on September 1st of last year.
How long did you know her prior to her moving in?
A couple of years. We worked together.
What prompted her to move in with you?
Well, we were talking in the lunchroom one day, and she was telling me that she wasn't real happy with her living arrangement, and my rent was $1,200 a month. But it was a big house, and it was just me and my dogs. And so, you know, I told her I would check into it. I didn't know how it would happen as far as the lease goes. I'd have to check with my landlord. And I did that, and then I talked to her the following week. Even though the rent would be raised $800 a month, I would be paying $200 less, and she would be paying about, I don't know, maybe less than what she was paying before.
Okay, great. So you moved in September of 2004?
Yes.
When did you pay rent?
I paid rent for September, October, and November, and I paid $300 in December.
If you had paid rent, how much would you have paid from December until you moved out?
$5,000.
Is that right?
Yeah, but she made a $300 payment in December, and then in April she gave me $200, so it was
Came down to
$4,500.
Well, I'd like you to explain to me what happened.
Well, I met Donna's ex-boyfriend.
He wasn't my ex then.
Don't. I'm speaking to her. Go ahead.
I met Donna's now ex-boyfriend in November, and they had broken up, and we hit it off, and we started dating, and I didn't feel that I needed to really tell her at the time because she was...
skip over the boyfriend and get to the rent.
I got laid off in December.
Yes.
And I was looking for a job, and I didn't find another one until April.
Yes.
And that's why I didn't pay rent.
Well, what did you do all day?
I was looking for work, and I would clean the house, and...
Well, who did you expect to pay your rent?
I figured I'd get another job.
So you owe her the money.
She was happy with the way things were working. No money was mentioned until I told her about me seeing her ex-boyfriend.
Madam, she's not related to you, is she?
No.
Could you move your hair? I can't see both of your eyes. Thank you very much. I mean, why would you think that this lady has the responsibility to take care of you? Forget the fact that you started to date her boyfriend. I don't even care about that. Because, you know, when it comes to issues of the heart, who knows what happens. Why would you think this lady's responsibility is to take care of you?
I don't think it's her responsibility. I thought she was helping me out as a...
Why? Because you moved there, her rent practically doubled. Duh.
She didn't say anything until I brought up the fact that I was dating her ex-boyfriend.
She owed me the money for the rent, and she knows she
She
did.
owes you the money for the
and
rent.
And on top of that, then she steals my boyfriend. She met him 2 months before she ever lost her job.
Listen, nobody steals a boyfriend.
They can have each other.
Right. Nobody steals somebody, not these days. If he wanted to go, he went, and good riddance to him, right?
Yeah.
And good riddance to her?
But it's still
She owes you $4,500. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,500. Thank you, that's all.
Tình hình kinh tế nước Mỹ giữa hai cuộc chiến tranh thế giới thứ nhất và chiến tranh thế giới thứ hai, thì chúng ta tìm hiểu về tình hình kinh tế. Tình hình kinh tế nước Mỹ giữa hai cuộc chiến tranh. Chiến tranh thế giới thứ nhất đã mang lại cơ hội vàng cho nền kinh tế Mỹ phát triển, vì nước Mỹ ở giữa này và buôn bán vũ khí cho các nước, cho nên là nó đã chiếm được lợi nhuận rất là cao. Cuộc chiến tranh thế giới thứ nhất đã mang lại cơ hội vàng cho nền kinh tế Mỹ phát triển, và đây là cái thời kỳ hoàng kim. Nước Mỹ bước vào thời kỳ hoàng kim của nền kinh tế. Nước Mỹ bước vào thời kỳ hoàng kim của nền kinh tế trong cái cuộc chiến tranh thế giới thứ nhất. Và trong vòng 6 năm, từ 1923 cho đến 1929, thì sản lượng công nghiệp nước Mỹ tăng 69%. Năm 1929, Mỹ chiếm 48% sản lượng công nghiệp toàn thế giới. 48% sản lượng công nghiệp toàn thế giới, và đứng đầu về ngành công nghiệp sản xuất ô tô, thép và dầu mỏ. Đứng đầu trong nền công nghiệp sản xuất ô tô, thép và dầu mỏ. Quá đỉnh, đúng không ạ? 48% sản lượng công nghiệp của toàn thế giới là nằm ở nước Mỹ. Tuy nhiên, cuộc đại suy thoái kinh tế ở Mỹ diễn ra ở các nước châu Âu thì cũng diễn ra ở Mỹ. Và cuộc đại suy thoái kinh tế cũng ảnh hưởng nghiêm trọng đến nước Mỹ, đến nền kinh tế nước Mỹ. Và lúc đầu thì nó ở lĩnh vực tài chính, rồi lan rộng ra lĩnh vực công nghiệp, nông nghiệp, và nền kinh tế cũng như chính trị của Mỹ bị chấn động một cách dữ dội. Và trước cái sự khủng hoảng của cái cuộc đại suy thoái kinh tế thì tổng thống Mỹ đã đưa ra một cái chính sách mới để phát triển, để cứu nguy cho nền kinh tế. Và nhờ có cái chính sách mới này mà đã góp phần làm cho nước Mỹ duy trì được chủ nghĩa tư sản, và tình hình chính trị cũng dần dần được ổn định. Đấy. Trước cái tình hình đó thì tổng thống Mỹ đã đưa ra cải cách, ra chính sách kinh tế mới, và nhờ đó mà đã khôi phục được nền kinh tế, củng cố chế độ tư bản, củng cố được chế độ dân chủ tư sản ở Mỹ. Đó là về tình hình kinh tế ở Mỹ giữa hai cuộc chiến tranh.